It's time for a great afternoon of sports entertainment talk. Get ready for in-depth discussions on everything from the court mixed with the business and culture that orbit the sports world. Whether it's the latest blockbuster trade or the vital impact of sports. Two Men On with your hosts, Van Nunley and Fred Slow, with producer Isaiah Johnson on 95.9 FM and AM 610. These.
It's Wednesday, everybody. You know what that means? That means we're all tired. We're all very tired.
I saw that.
You know, we all stayed up very late last night. It was a late night for all of us.
I certainly did.
We all could have gone to bed by 10, but it was a very late night for all of us last night. We're at the Albuquerque Duke store. Steve Palmisano with us. Steve, welcome.
Thank you.
Nice to have you. Thank you for being a part of this. Fun guest to start the show, Jacob Riviera. They call him Turtle. He plays rugby for the Albuquerque Aardvarks. Also, he's a big representative of Roadrunner Food Bank.
Let's go.
Nice to meet you guys.
All right, Jacob, you're with us because we're just starting off the day with good news file is what we're doing, Steve. We're starting off the day good news file. Sorry, so Jacob, you and the Aardvarks, Roadrunner Food Bank and the Aardvarks, you guys have partnered on a cool thing. You got some stuff going on. You're going to help people in the community, and it's snowing outside.
Yeah. So on November 16th, we're going to hold the Albuquerque Aardvarks are going to hold
next Saturday, Van. That's next Saturday.
Is that what that is?
It's
coming up. Cool.
Yeah.
Not this one, the following.
Yeah, it'd be one day before the United's next playoff game after they win this week.
Ooh, good timing.
So it's going to be sweet.
Yeah, so we're going to host a food drive partnered with Roadrunner Food Bank.
Let's go.
Yeah, so, you know, this time of year, it's real rough on families around New Mexico and everything like that. So, you know, we just take it upon ourselves to kind of help out our community, you know.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So the drive is where?
It's going to be at UNM, the Johnson Field.
Yeah, good spot. That's
Yeah.
where the rugby team practices, Van.
Okay.
Yeah. They take walk-ons. So if you're trying to relive your glory days, you can do that.
Did you say walk-ins?
I swear. Big day next Saturday the 16th. Washington State is in town playing UNM football. There's going to be a lot of people at or near the campus area. Obviously, the rugby event is going on as well. What time is the event?
So it starts at, I believe it's 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock in the morning. Okay.
Yeah,
so stop on your way over to the tailgate. That's what I'm telling you.
Pre-game.
Yeah, pregame over there.
So I don't know if you know, friend of the show, a rugby player.
Yeah.
Rugby fan, rugby family. They go hard.
Yeah.
They go very, very hard.
Rugby family.
Very nice.
How many years has the Aardvarks been playing?
Since 1972, right?
Are you counting the COVID year? That's going to screw
72.
it. Take your time off there.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah. How many Trump presidencies is that?
That's
two?
like
That's two.
Well,
50.
2 for now.
Okay. Yeah. So
Could
far.
be more.
Okay. So
No,
you
I
guys.
was talking years.
Here's.
So you
Going
guys.
back to 72. Sorry.
No, you're
No,
fine.
go ahead.
No, I
Really.
tell you what. This is your world. Now we're all just living in it. This is Palmisano's world.
Thank you.
Joining us on the program, Jacob Turtle Rivera. You play a little bit of rugby too, huh? Not just the Roadrunner Food Bank.
Yeah, I've been playing since 2018. These
Yeah,
guys
because you're
found me,
gigantic.
Yeah.
Why did
I'm
they
a
call
big
you
guy.
Turtle?
That's kind of just the name that stuck. I was kind of slow.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Sturdy.
That's your dude.
Did you
My
get
name-
always
Yeah.
get that?
It's hard for me to get off my back, kind of thing, you know, when I get rolled over. So
Nice.
it's just one of those things. Yeah.
Do you have a turtle shell tattoo, or is that just me?
I do have a turtle tattoo.
Yeah. Hey, kindred
Yo,
spirits.
twinsies.
Yeah,
That's
what's up?
adorable.
Do you want to rub them together, or what?
Yeah, we can.
Whoa.
Mine's on my thigh though. I don't know where yours
Same,
is.
same, careful, same. Well, that's the initiation into rugby, Van.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
We can't talk like that anymore after yesterday.
Oh,
Fred.
no, yeah.
We don't
Yeah,
talk about
no.
rubbing our turtle
Yeah,
shells
we gotta
together
get rid of
anymore.
those new rules.
It's a different country now.
Oh, my goodness.
What donations are the Albuquerque Aardvarks taking, and then how is that going to help Roadrunner Food Bank?
So non-perishables, and it's just everything we get goes to our families in need, you know. So, you know, around this time, Thanksgiving, Christmas, that, you know, it's a little harder to get your hands on food.
Yeah.
and things of
Sure.
that nature. So, you know, we just like to be there for people. Yeah.
Have you seen inflation, Steve?
It's better today, apparently.
Not anymore. Will there be any tariffs on these donations?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, good.
Okay, yeah,
good,
smart.
good, good.
Okay.
Excellent.
And all right, so let's say we show up, we donate, we're part of the drive, which, by the way, you can donate to Roadrunner Food Bank almost anytime.
Anytime, yeah.
Yeah, you guys have a great website.
Mhm.
Obviously, off Osuna, is that where the building is?
No, we're off of Office Boulevard.
That's pretty close.
It's kind of behind like Century Rio.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
like super close. Like I was in the neighborhood over there. So-
Everything's close. We're in
Yeah.
Albuquerque, baby.
Yeah, good point. Except for presidential races. They're
Mm.
not close.
Not close.
Those are not close at all.
Yeah.
They're very one-sided. Just be really clear on that. So yeah, donations come anytime. But what's special about donating? Why the Aardvarks are doing it? What is the thing that excites people about coming out?
You know,
Say fellowship.
yeah,
Say it.
you have fellowship, friendship. You know, what would you call it? The fanship, you know?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Family.
Yeah,
Family.
family. That
Yeah.
was, yeah.
It's a super good one.
And you get to see some people have some fun. You get to join in, you know, especially two-hand touch tournament. All ages are welcome, you know, families, everybody.
Awesome.
So
When's the last time you rugbyed in the cold, Steve?
1972.
Oh, the year it
The
started.
inaugural year.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's what
I was part of the
When does your ban release? So
I'm sorry.
your lifetime ban? I mean,
from
is
rugby. Is it up yet?
Yeah,
well,
because you played the first year
I did not.
and
bet
it's
on
been a
him.
minute.
I didn't bet on him.
Okay.
Well, I learned yesterday there's no longer consequences to decisions.
Mhm.
So no matter what you did, Steve, you should be free.
In the clear.
Yeah, do literally whatever you want, like to the highest degree.
Correct.
That's sweet, dude.
So what happens? People bring the food, you take it to Roadrunner, then Roadrunner doles it out, or how does that work?
yeah, so basically what we do is we get the donations, you know, we put them in boxes, take them over there, they weigh it, you know,
Yep.
you know, give us, you know, a shout out for donating X amount of food. And then we take it into our warehouse and separate it to boxes that go out to the families. Yeah.
All right, what is the heaviest canned food?
How long have you guys been doing this? Do you know?
Roadrunner Food Bank. I don't know off the top of my head.
Several years in a row.
yeah,
Probably.
30 years or so. Yeah.
Awesome.
something like that.
Well, we do a really good job here at Cumulus with the cluster. We do a really fun push with them every holiday season. KKOB leads a really fun charge. We've been so fortunate to have Sonia Warwick on a bunch of times. She knows more about helping people as far as food bank related
Mhm.
entities here in the city. There's 4 real big ones in the state. They're all in a coalition, so they help each other all the time. It's like a wild, good organization for giving to families, not just in need seasonally, like
all year,
all year
Yeah.
round.
Right.
Like the need never goes away. Also, regular, like let's say for I love Two Men On. I'm a big fan of Van, sometimes Fred, and I have a recent sudden emotion to help others, but maybe financially it's not the opportunity. You can volunteer.
Yeah.
Roadrunner Food Bank. You can go in there, give your manpowers, give and find that fellowship that's not just on the rugby field, and you don't have to jam a finger.
Yep.
And this Thanksgiving push, it's not just November 16th at Johnson Field from 10 to 1. You could do drop off anytime.
Anytime. Yeah.
And if you're not able to make a drop off,
You can volunteer.
volunteer.
Yeah.
Also, hear me out. I've been told this might not be true,
Mm-hmm.
but the Aardvarks will pick up your donation.
Is that
Yep.
true?
Yep.
Is that a fact?
Awesome.
We will.
All right, no scrum there.
What's the number to get a hold of you guys?
It is.
Call Joel Lewevino.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah.
The website though is Aardvarks, which does not exist. I just lied. Whatever I just pulled up. Find them on social media. Reach out to them via social media. They will get a hold of you. It's Albuquerque Aardvarks Rugby Club, obviously supporting the the Roadrunner Food Bank of New Mexico. That's rrfb.org. Donations there, and as we mentioned, all these fun drives, all the volunteering opportunities. Volunteering is fun. It's funner when you do it with a friend. So bring one with you.
Mhm.
Be part of the seasonal spirit and try to get over depression.
Bring a turkey.
That's
Frozen-
perishable.
frozen.
It's
Oh,
perishable, dude. It's like you
non-perishable.
weren't
Non-perishable.
listening.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, bring a can of meat.
You can bring a canned turkey.
Canned
if they have
turkey.
those. Yeah.
That does exist. You know how many flavors of spam there are in islands that we can no longer travel to? I think I don't know all the new rules. I don't know the new rules.
They're coming. All the new rules are coming fast, too.
Is Puerto Rico count anymore? I heard recently it didn't. I heard it was just
I don't know.
okay. Check Southwest real quick. See if we can get there.
I don't think so.
Jacob, anything we missed, brother?
No, I think we got it all. Yeah.
Okay. Are you playing rugby this weekend?
I am. Not
I mean,
playing
next
this
weekend.
No.
Next weekend on the 16th.
Yes.
Okay. Can you physically teach me how to play?
Yes, I can.
No, that's not true.
I teach you how to throw everything.
What
man.
does that mean? Like a human being?
My favorite thing to do though is I can teach you how to scrum, and that's the
That's
most important part of the game.
Mhm.
All right, you teach me a scrum, I'll teach you a suplex. We'll call it even.
All right, that worked for me.
Jacob Turtle Riviere, thank you so much, brother.
Yep, thank
Whenever
you.
we get back from the break, we continue from the Albuquerque Duke store. Also, Isaiah Johnson will join us. That will be fun. It's Two Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to Tune On, where so Jacob Rivera and Joel Lewevno wasn't on camera. So they're both Albuquerque aardvarks. That's their thing, right?
Sure.
And we're trying to like direct them, like, hey, we'll come back from a commercial. We're doing things. Steve Palmason was with us. And I don't know if they're like window shopping the Duke's gear or if they're just confused, but it was like musical chairs.
It's very funny.
To start the broadcast.
It was very funny.
I enjoyed that very much. All right, we're back to the talking about the biggest game in town, which was last night. It was,
Oh, buddy.
yeah, over in the third quarter was that one last night, though. Big victory for the, what was the name of that team, Van? The Elites? Is that what it's called? The Oligarchy? Is that who won out last night?
Christo-fascism? Is that what? Is that it?
Isaiah, do me a favor. Pull up George Carlin's list of words you can't say on the radio. I think they're all legal now. I think we can say them all. Steve Palmisano, you watched the election last night?
Was that last night?
Did you forget?
You one of the guys that Googled why isn't Joe Biden running?
He's always running.
Hey, America was not trying to hear it. America was over it yesterday.
Big time.
Big time. Way to go, popular vote. Way to go, Electoral College. Big victory to Donald Trump. Next 4 years are going to be wild.
Is it a Trump victory or was it a Democratic L?
Oh, you're
like
asking
what
a
an
good question.
epic L.
I have a wild card. I'm going to say it was an Elon Musk win.
That's a win for all billionaires, that's for sure.
Joe Rogan.
No, I mean, Elon was campaigning harder than Trump was. And Elon is obviously Elon. He owns the entire Twitter X app, which is the most used social media app.
By racist.
But
everyone.
People didn't show up to vote. Trump got 3 million less votes than he got last time.
The Democratic Party got 15 million less votes.
Joe Biden got 15 more votes than the Harris Walz ticket.
15 million more.
Yeah, 15 million. What did I say?
15.
Oh, just 15?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're like
significantly more than 15.
Dan was like, I think it was like a baker's dozen, dude. It was like right there.
I think we all know it's a million.
They did a
15 million just stayed home. Like, nah.
Yeah, they did a chart to see where Kamala did better than Biden across the country.
Nowhere.
Not even one county.
Nowhere. Like,
not state, not even a county.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Hey, Donald Trump's campaign team, the best.
Crushed it.
Yeah. Knew where to go, knew what to say, knew what not to say.
Sure.
Also, we have hindsight now. She wouldn't have won the primary, it looks like. Like, that's how little support she had from the Democratic Party. They snuck her in there so she wouldn't have lost a primary.
Do you forget that she ran against Joe Biden in the primary?
It was first out.
And got 4% the first vote.
In California.
A person who got 4%
She's forced out.
is going to be your candidate?
First out and last out.
Dang.
Technically, yeah.
It's crazy.
But when Biden first dropped out, I heard that, Gavin Newsom would have been a
lot of people mentioned Gavin Newsom.
Sure.
That was the big one. Now.
And then 2 days later, Kamala was picked.
They're in a pinch, somewhat of a time crunch. Joe Biden had a case of the Tua brain, and you had to replace him immediately.
Put a guardian cap on him.
Yeah, for sure. You're right.
There's a bunch of off-air conversations we can have with one-sided jokes and approaches and all these other things. I'm gonna say this: I love that America voted.
Sure.
I love that the person that they wanted is in. I love the system. I am a fan of democracy, and it sucks that people in my life are terrified. Like, that sucks.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
But also, if it had gone the other way, people not in my life would have also been terrified, and that would have sucked too. So
it's wild to me that how successful the election was, and there was no tampering or interference or any kind of tomfoolery when Trump won this time. That's wild how perfect and smooth the elections were.
I mean, we don't know.
Well, here's the light at the end of the tunnel, right? For us is I don't want to say, we can say Americans, not fans in this case. But the best case scenario here is, so what exactly would need to happen in order for Trump to run again if he wanted?
Nothing. Literally nothing according to law.
Yeah.
I thought there was some amendment he'd have to change.
Oh, he could do that.
Yeah, he could. He could try.
Yeah.
Sure.
So let's say he attempts to do that, right? And it passes through. And then we get Obama versus Trump.
Oh God! Oh God! This is like a Rocky movie.
We get that Kobe LeBron finals matchup we never got to see.
I'm back in. Isaiah's brought me back in.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
How awesome would that be?
That'd be so awesome. I'm trying to come up with a really good trilogy reference here, but I just don't have one off the top of my head because my brain is so tired.
What time did you go to bed?
Late.
Late, very late.
1 o'clock.
Nope, because that's not late.
Oh.
Much later.
Well,
I mean, it was the night. That's how it's. I mean, that's how the system's supposed to work. Get it done in one day.
yeah, they got it done.
On to the next
5
one.
hours. Took about 5 hours for that one to.
I didn't want Social Security anyways. Like,
Oh, did that
don't-
get voted out?
it will
It's in the works.
super soon.
Tomorrow, yeah, soonish.
Super soon.
I missed that on our ballot. Must not be in our district.
I read on Isaiah's favorite app, Racist X, where Matt Walsh said,
Oh God.
Matt Walsh says,
Who's that?
it sucks that you don't know that. So he says, yeah, Project 2025 is real.
Yeah.
So let's go. So
Oh my God.
says, we got you.
He said that.
Yeah.
Can you pull that up,
Yep.
please?
Don't need it on my algorithm, but on your cell phone right there. Please pull that up.
Yeah, he creeps up on mine every once in a while.
Yeah, of course he does. You're into racist stuff.
Didn't
No,
JD
mine's
Vance write the foreword for it?
Yeah. I think he wrote the fan fiction for it. So it was a big one yesterday. 4 more years.
So how are you? So
Yeah.
is there going to be a little break in the show when you're traveling, or are you just
Like when I'm moving out of the country?
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
Oh, I thought.
yeah.
Van, are you?
No, I love it here.
I love it here.
No,
It's
for
my
sure.
favorite place.
Am I going to miss 4 years of this white knuckle thrill ride we're about to go on? No, sign me up.
You know what I got now? A lot more jokes. A lot more.
Super
voiced
sorry
that
about
before?
gay rights. Super sorry about women's rights.
Mhm.
Super sorry about the turn we were about to take
Yeah.
on healthcare in this country, and sorry about the homeless population and immigrants, both legal and illegal. Like, sorry about all you guys.
Correct.
But this is going to be so fun.
yeah.
This is going to
100%.
be so fun to see what happens next. All the future disenfranchised populations that are about to get it real hard,
Speaking of future,
besides you guys, this is going to be so much fun.
speaking of futures, you want to start naming cabinet members, or want to put some money on that? Is that a game?
Okay, well, first off,
Isn't there a betting app now?
Has to be.
A couple of them.
bet it in Bitcoin.
Is that worth anything anymore?
So the
It's everything's at an all-time high.
Secretary of Defense Dana White, is that what we're going to start with? We're going to start right there. He's a tough guy, strong guy. Look at all the fighters that he's raised. The best fighters, the best people. That's who I want on my
If
team.
you come across our border, we have cages. They're the best cages. Dana
Yeah.
White builds them.
Yeah.
He's been building cages for years. We will put you in them. You will fight the winner. They are then not deported.
Kim Jong-un, let me introduce you, my friend, Conor McGregor.
Keep sending you guys over here. We are going to filter their internet. We'll keep them focused on the goal, which is, of course, building that wall.
I'm sending Tito Ortiz to the front lines.
Lord, you think he'd do well?
Max Holloway,
Who?
undefeated.
I don't think all these people you named are American.
They are now. Congratulations.
Yeah. Khabib.
You're one of the good ones. All the immigrants, adios. See you later. Except for the fighters. Good people.
He's not just an intimidator. He's a translator for me.
Mm.
When I go back to Afghanistan or Iraq, I don't remember. That's him. I'm excited for it.
God, it's going to be so much fun. I'm like really sorry for a bunch of populations of people in this country.
And I don't know if you guys are like this. I had a bunch of really old, like 20, I guess 20, 4-year-old like group text threads that had just died.
Yeah.
They're all back now. Like all these group texts are back. Like,
On your phone?
yeah, like the jokes are flying. Like we're ready for it.
24
Yeah.
years ago?
2020.
Oh,
4 years
I
ago.
thought you said 24 years. I'm like, how long have you had your phone?
So I got my phone when I was, I think I've had it exactly 24 years.
Fine. Yeah.
I've had my cell phone for my number at least for 24 years
I had to change mine a couple times.
for reasons.
Yeah. Got some grade A stalkers out there.
Did your political text stop today?
I've had a lot of text throughout the day today, going both ways.
Mhm.
Giggity, which is going to be illegal, by the way.
My first my first text this morning was from Steve Palmisano, and it just said welfare check. So, thanks, Steve.
Yeah. See, I care. I called a lot of people today. So I did.
Did you see Kendrick Lamar's tweet?
Did not.
He said, "Now you don't get an album."
Is he just going to not perform at the Super Bowl now? He's going to give it back to Lil Wayne where it should have went in the first place.
Oh God, Tyler the Creator just changed his X bio to like sad face emoji. And all these people are like, "But his next album's gonna be bangers."
Sure.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's done. It's in the books.
Yep.
I do think slap fighting will become the national sport of this country over the course of the next 4 years. But let's
Pretty
go.
soon.
Let's do it.
Yeah, you got a lot of people that feel like their best friend just got the keys to everything. It's like guys like Dana, Elon. I mean, they feel above the law at this point. Although I'm sure they already did, but I mean, now it's
The guy from News Radio is now a seat away from a cabinet. He has the cell phone of the president of the United States. That's not how politics should work.
Joe Rogan, Secretary of Health.
Podcast.
Is that what we're doing?
Put him over the FCC.
Mhm.
That was the first thing I Googled this morning.
What?
FCC stuff? Like, what's going to happen? Like, what's going to happen to radio and fair access and TV? Because all that stuff gets affected. Last time Trump was in office, you lost net neutrality.
Sure.
Like, that's wild. That's wild that the idea of open communication we take for granted can just be ripped away. What was that guy's name? Parit? What was that guy's name? It's on the tip of my tongue.
I could see his face.
You don't think is what you're saying? Like, so what do you think it's going to it would transition? A worst case scenario, it would transition like podcasting, or what? Because there's a lot of guys that Trump was going on their podcast. Like, there's a lot of those guys that love Trump, and Trump does reach back out to. They have like a podcasting platform. So I don't think he would.
Well, none of that's FCC.
Okay, so it's two different things.
Yeah. So you can create whatever recording in your basement that you want and put it on whatever website you want. The government don't care. But when you do like what we do over public airwaves, they super care. Like, that's why the George Carlin's seven deadly words or whatever.
Yeah.
That's why you can't do what they do on podcast on radio.
I mean, 3 different podcasters got a shout out from an acceptance speech for the president. That Theo Vaughn, Joe Rogan, and the Bussin' with the Boys guys got a shout
Really?
out.
And
Yes.
Bryson DeChambeau.
Did you even see the acceptance speech? Yeah. Brought Bryson DeChambeau, a golfer. He brought a golfer on
He's a US
stage.
Open champion.
The one that plays for
He
oil
wasn't
money.
even on stage.
Uh-huh.
He wasn't on stage.
They brought him on stage.
He came
You know,
on.
Yeah, he came on stage. Yeah.
I saw a video.
He's on the green.
He's on
He's on the green.
He's on the live tour.
I saw videos of Meg Thee Stallion at Kamala's rally. She's dancing up there, and everyone's like, "I can't believe this didn't win her the election."
I mean, she won Houston. So, I mean, that's where Megan's from.
Who pays Bryson DeChambeau's salary?
The Public Investment
Saudi
Fund of
Arabia.
Saudi Arabia.
All right.
Yeah.
And Bryson DeChambeau is best friends with the president of the United States.
Correct.
I just don't know, boys.
Mhm.
I just don't know. That's awful close.
Well, Liv and PGA are about to unite. Yeah.
Oh,
The deal's in the works.
Yeah.
Will be announced any day now.
So I don't know. What do you know?
literally not enough. I know I didn't.
Sure.
I know I didn't know my neighbors well enough. I know I didn't know the middle of America well enough. And when we all sit down and get too drunk at ZZ Top tonight, we'll talk all about it. By
So
the way,
much fun tonight.
ZZ Top at the Rio Rancho Event Center. If you're not afraid of wintry mix, we're live at the Duke Store. Sports talk whenever we get back. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and 8. Shut it.
This report is sponsored.
through the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On, where it's an impromptu Cowboys corner, but Isaiah didn't know. So I don't know who Todd Archer is, ESPN NFL reporter, covers the Dallas Cowboys. So he says, here's some numbers. The Cowboys entered the season with a 63% chance of making the playoffs. According to some analytics that over at ESPN, that was the fourth highest in the NFC, Steve. Now, after Sunday's loss, that dropped to 6% chance of making the playoffs. And now, after Dak Prescott's
60? 6-0?
6.
Oh,
6.
0-6.
No, 6%.
Yeah, 0-6.
The same number of percent that Harris lost the presidency by.
Your favorite milk.
So now that Prescott got injured, it is now, according to this analytics system set up by ESPN, down to 3%. Steve, would you like to?
I thought you were going to ask Zay.
No, this is for you, lifelong Dallas Cowboys fan, Steve Palmisano.
Yes.
The Cowboys haven't been this bad since Quincy Carter, brother. Like, walk me through this.
Quincy Carter?
Yeah.
What year was that?
No, 3 question mark.
Well, who'd they trade for? They made a trade.
Yeah, they trade for Mingo Star.
Yeah. Perfect name. Play for Dallas.
Johnny Mingo Star is his name, right?
It's Jonathan Mingo.
Jonathan Mingo.
Johnny Mingo Star. I said it.
Yeah. That new number is probably pretty accurate.
What is that number? What number is he wearing? 3? Because that's the percent chance they have of making the playoffs.
Correct.
3 is generous. Can we all be real clear?
Now, are you sure these
No, I think
numbers?
that was the number of games they're going to win this season.
Are you sure these numbers are current? Because I don't know if you know, but Cooper Rush is going to be the starting quarterback now, and he is significantly better than Dak Prescott.
I thought they traded him.
So their chances to get in the playoffs just skyrocketed.
Is Trey Lance
None of these numbers are correct.
Does Trey Lance get game checks now? Like, how does that work?
He's always gotten game checks.
Oh, even if you don't
Play.
Do
Yeah.
anything?
Yeah, it's the sweetest part
Well,
about being in the league.
he's on that active roster. He's not on like the practice squad.
see, I didn't know that.
Yes, you did.
I just learned that.
You know, Trey Lance actually has. I mean, he's got one of the better. I mean,
Nope.
not when you look at his draft pick,
Okay,
but
there we
the fact
go.
that he's the backup quarterback, and you know, you don't have to do much. The starter's not going to get hurt, or he does get hurt, but you have Cooper Rush. It's a second string, so yeah, he gets to collect the game checks. He's just chilling. He doesn't have too much to worry about.
How much? Like, what does he make a game? Is there a way to look that up? Because I want to be the most jealous human being of all time.
All right, you're about to be.
Okay,
Let's see
thank
here.
you. Now, I have a fun over/under question for you, Steve.
Okay.
You know, we're a big fan of the more or less here in the show.
Yes.
250. Okay.
Yep.
250.
Less.
You believe it'll be less than 250, the number of rushing yards for Saquon Barkley this weekend against the Cowboys?
Yes.
I don't know, dude.
250?
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
But it seemed low enough where it was like enticing.
With his base salary
All right. Thank you.
and his roster bonus,
Uh-huh.
Trey Lance makes $294,000 a week.
That's per game.
Does that count bye weeks?
Unless
Counting the bye week, yes.
Hey, not even game.
18 weeks a season, $294,000 a week.
Good work, if you
Choo-choo, nothing.
he worked hard for that.
That part's true. I'm into that.
So hard for it, honey.
I mean, he's there.
And if there's like, the trade deadline already passed, so I guess Cooper Rush would have to go down.
Just his base salary, $58,611 a week. So depending on how you look at it,
So he's hitting some incentives.
at least $58,600.
So even if he didn't dress
but
out,
really, $294,000.
can we just call it $300,000?
We could.
Thank
we
you.
could. You
What's
have
the
that.
over-under on seeing Trey Lance play quarterback this season?
I think he'll
Oh,
play.
it's
One,
very, very likely.
yeah, he'll play one snap this weekend.
No, he's played more than that.
Yeah, he'll play more because the Cowboys they'll start losing and then they'll put him in there. Or if Cooper Rush starts doing bad, they'll be quick to put him in there.
Cooper Rush is a proven winner.
But-
Yeah, but if he starts looking bad, I mean that's going to ruin any possible trade value. You go ahead and just put Lance in there. You don't.
Oh,
have
you
to
don't
rush.
think they'll
No.
recoup that 4th round draft pick?
I do have some bad news for myself and the rest of Cooper Rush Nation.
Yep, go ahead.
The only team he's ever lost to is the Eagles. That's who they're playing this week. So bummer. I don't think it's going to go well.
And Quincy Carter was the Dallas Cowboys quarterback in 2001, 2, and 3. And he started all 16 games in 2003. That was pretty good by me.
Yeah, he can play quarterback.
Well, no, but
Cooper Rush?
no, Quincy Carter.
Oh, I missed the first part of that. I was
Seven-
thinking about something else.
17 tutties and 21 interceptions in 2003.
Yeah, I remember that.
He, to me, feels a lot like Dak Prescott this year. Like,
I saw where Carson Wentz came into a game, and
he didn't actually get in.
he didn't.
No.
He played a snap,
Oh,
right?
did he? I
He
think he
played
warmed up.
one single solitary snap.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I about had a
We were drinking
PTSD from him.
of what he's done to the Cowboys historically.
Mm-hmm.
New O-line with rookies. There was really no D coordinator to speak of. I know this is going to hurt Cowboys fan feeling, but Micah Parsons just running his mouth until he got paid, and Jerry Jones called his bluff. Like, it was not a team that was set up at any point for success. Like, I feel bad for Cowboy fan.
You do?
Aw.
Failed. They were
Sweet.
failed.
Thank you.
We were. It's a rare time where it's starting to come around. Some of the most.
Why'd you say rare?
It's very rare that everyone is around the league is looking at the Cowboys and they're like, okay, this year we actually feel a little bad for you guys. Your owner is terrible.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like why? Everyone expected us to get somebody at the running back position. It was an absolute shocker to do nothing.
Correct.
So
That's a fun emphasis to put on one position.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole damn thing.
The whole thing.
But I was just about to say the exact same
It was like
thing.
everybody except for CD Lamb and Micah Parsons.
It's a very
No, that's
is
a
hurt?
fact, but that's a fact. But they're constantly saying they believe in Dak, and we like Dak, and we want to win with this team.
Well, they paid
But
him.
the,
That was nice.
yeah, well, the stats show. I mean, like when he has a 100-yard rusher, I think he may have lost like once or twice
Well,
in his whole career.
You know, we didn't
They
think
don't
about.
lose.
You know, we didn't think about though, which I thought Isaiah might say right here, but he didn't. The World Series just ended. The NBA season just started. Cowboys fans are already rooting for the Lakers and waiting for spring training for the Yankees. Like we're already there. I wasn't thinking when we started this segment.
Yeah, Lakers and Ashton Genty.
66-18, Zay. 66 wins, 18 losses when he has a 100-yard rusher.
Yeah, so there's no excuse to not go get a guy that can run for 100 yards.
I would say
There's a lot
in
of elements
general
there.
for an NFL team. I mean, that at the very least, you'd want a running back.
Yeah, it's like one of the starters.
But why when you now have Johnny Mingo Starr, famed Beatles drummer?
I don't even know what position he plays.
He's wide receiver. You'll know on Sunday when he catches a pass and the crowd goes, there was a receiver who caught a ball and Mingo was his name. Oh,
Strong work.
M-I-N-G-O.
I like that one. I like that one.
M-I-N-G-O. M-I-N-G-O.
That's not very nice.
What? That's his name. Johnny Mingo Starr.
Ringo Starr. So sweet.
Throw the season away. I don't understand. I don't understand why, if they would have traded like a 5th or a 6th, I wouldn't have had, that many complaints. But to trade away a 4th, you're not all the way throwing away the season and looking at the draft. I mean, you're getting rid of draft capital.
Oh, don't you
This is all just saving
Yep.
face for Jerry Jones. That's the
It's
reason
got
Dak
worse.
got that huge contract, is just to save face.
Well, and that point that Isaiah just made, if he would have said it this way, if he would have said there was a 4th-round draft pick
Oh
who
my God.
traded for me, what was his name? Oh, then it would have worked. I would have been like, yeah, I totally subscribe to this. That's his name's like the song, Steve. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Gotcha.
He won't be on the field most of the time.
That is correct.
He wasn't on the field for the Panthers.
They traded for this guy, and he's not going to be on the field. I just don't understand. But nothing shocks me anymore. I chuckled when I saw it. And then when I looked at his stats, I laughed a little harder. I said, yeah, this adds up.
What is that? Isaiah, you're not really a gambler because you don't enjoy fun. But there's this thing in a casino called roulette. Okay.
Mhm.
And the idea of roulette, and you actually go through this every day. You don't realize it. You're addicted to this moment, but you don't know it. So there's this moment in roulette whenever you place your bet.
I'm
And then
33.
and you could, but that's
33.
not a number. So then as you place your bet,
It is.
it is.
It is. Yeah.
So as you place your bet, they drop the ball and they do the little arm wave and they go, no more bets. And Isaiah, what happens in this moment is the ball is bouncing. And it is bouncing.
Sometimes it's still spinning.
Sometimes it spins.
Yeah.
And in this moment, Isaiah, there's no winner. There is no loser. There is only that instance. And it's frozen in time. And it's about to be the best feeling you've ever had, or the exact opposite of that, the worst feeling you've ever had.
Mhm.
And you, Isaiah, get that every day. Whenever ESPN sends you a notification that the Dallas Cowboys traded for a wide receiver, and it's that split second before you read the name of the player. It's that split second before you open the app and then see that it's Johnny Mingo Star. And your heart breaks.
It's accurate. And Jerry made it worse because he goes on and says, oh, yeah, we're about to get this guy today, and we've liked him since college. And he doesn't drop a name. He doesn't give any indicator. So, there's pictures of Odell being posted, which still wouldn't have been much better. But there's Odell getting posted, Devontae Smith rumors starting to build up, and then it was Jonathan Mingo.
Star.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a little bit, I see the name, and I thought, okay, well, hold on. Let me see who this guy is. I heard the Panthers are trying to get rid of their players. Maybe he's done something. And then I saw no touchdowns, 129 yards in the year. And then that's when I chuckled.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
One day.
Ooh, can we like a hyper talented guy like Deontay Johnson from the Panthers, or like a hyper talented savvy veteran like Adam Thielen?
I would not put Chuba.
Best we could do is Johnny Mingo.
I think Thielen went to the IR. Just had to.
Who did?
Adam Thielen is on the IR.
Oh, that's a bummer.
And hear about this. One of the biggest media pages for Dallas, I guess the freelance writers, it's called the Landry Hat and Blogging the Boys.
That's so long for a name.
The Landry Hat? Oh, I mean, it's for Cowboys. Can't go wrong.
Oh, I thought you said it was Landry Hat Blogging the Boys.
No, those are two different things.
Got it. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. So the first one's the Landry Hat, and the title is Cowboys Get Absolutely Fleeced in Deadline Trade for Disappointing Wide Receiver. And the other one is the Jonathan Mingo trade continues to confuse everyone. And that was 3 hours ago.
Hey, Panthers, you know that second round bust you had? How about we make him a fourth round bust now?
It's so bad in media reporting for the Dallas Cowboys that they're still talking about this thing 3 hours ago.
Who do you think is actually running the team?
It's Jerry. Everyone else is scared. I mean, you see in his interviews what he did to the radio guys. I mean, imagine what he does to the people that he actually controls their jobs. I mean, they probably are scared to even disagree with him a little bit. I feel like he's one of those guys where as soon as he gets a little upset, he makes himself more and more angry on his own without you saying anything. So you almost don't even want to get him going.
Should have ran for president.
Yeah. Well, they're friends. No, Jerry's he's very sensitive, especially now that he hasn't been winning.
And it's all his fault, and he knows it, but he can't admit it. So he has to double down on everything, like paying Dak Prescott double his market value, like trading for a bust wide receiver when all the other good ones are gone, and you missed out on all those. Reach after reach after reach.
I'm telling you, the more we lose, the more I can just zero in on Travis Hunter or Ashton Genty, or I can start putting together mock drafts. They're projected to get top 10 pick right now.
Yeah.
I mean, as the Cowboys, we don't get top 10 picks. No, we don't win championships as of recent, but we also don't get top 10 picks.
It's a vicious cycle. It must be awful.
It's terrible. It is
at
terrible.
this rate. What do you think they're going to do with the top 10 pick? They'll probably just pass. Wow. Pass.
It wouldn't shock me.
We're going to miss on this anyways.
Yeah.
You know what I think I would
They're
do?
miss their time. Oh, shoot. Did the clock run out?
That has happened in the draft. That's a real thing.
Right.
There's no auto draft.
No, you
They
don't.
don't assign
You
a
put them
player.
to queue. you just get somebody else drafts before you.
Yeah.
It's
You just drop down one.
yeah. And then you end up in a weird, this was before there were slotted payments. So they were like, oh, we pick you at 10, but it was supposed to be 6th or whatever. And they're like, sorry, we're paying you this way. We're going to break so we can come back. We're still at the Duke store. We're open till 6 o'clock tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. That seems close to accurate. I mean,
Yeah.
is that
That's as accurate as you can get.
okay?
Also, friend of the show, you want a hat? I'll open the door for you. Come buy a hat.
Yeah.
We will open. We'll open up the door for you after
Be here
6.
till 7.
Yeah, I'll be here till 7 anyways.
Can Van still do a 10% discount on Trump's economy, or how does that work?
You'd have to ask Van.
Van?
I mean, now we got to do like 20%, don't we? Free tariffs on all hats today.
Dang, that's a tough move. It's tuning on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Taco Bell in the $7 Lux Cravings Box, alongside the beefy 5-layer burrito, double stack taco, chips with nacho cheese sauce, and a medium drink at participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only. While supplies last, drinks exclude freezes, tax extra.
And traffic right now still dealing with slowdowns in a number of places this afternoon. I-40 westbound as you approach Louisiana. Traffic's moving slow. That's going to last until Coors. Headed west on Paseo between I-25 and Coors. Traffic's moving slow there. Both directions of I-25 in the construction zone. You're going to see slowdowns. Be patient going through there. Also watch your speed. Westbound Alameda, Jefferson until Coors. We've got slowdowns there also. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, serving the community since 1936. World class, local style. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
What up?
I didn't know if you meant to leave it live.
Well, the Sports
Oh,
Minute
I missed
sponsor.
it. You can press the thing.
Before the season started, who would have
Where is it? I never know.
Go
they could
to
win that move
brand,
at the trade deadline? But at 7-2, that's what they did yesterday.
scroll
by
down
trading for defensive
to like
back
halfway through the
Marlon Lattimore.
videos.
Josh Harris, Dan Quinn, Adam Peters, and Jaden Daniels have quickly changed the culture with the Commanders. And by trading for Lattimore, this sends a message to the locker room that the leaders really believe in this.
It's like an
talented
8-minute
team.
long video.
Zach Bell.
Saturday on Compass Media Network's coverage of NCAA football. It's a crucial late-season matchup in the Big Ten.
See it on the right?
As the
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We're live at the Albuquerque Duke store. Our friend Beverly McClure joins us. Bev, welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Excited to have you here. Excited to have you part of the show. Obviously, the exercise coach is where you can find Beverly at. You got like 2 locations now, is that right?
We do. We have one in the Northeast Heights and one on the West Side, Tanya Plaza.
I've been to both of them. They both are super cool, Dan.
Ooh.
Yeah, super cool. But that's not why you're here. You are here to talk to us a little bit, though, about health and fitness and keeping your mind and your body right during what I think I've dubbed this. I think you guys were the most depressive week in my entire life with daylight savings times and yesterday's election.
Mhm.
Right.
Bev,
Bummer.
help me.
And the weather.
Oh, the weather.
Let's
weather's
just
The weather.
pile it on.
All right. Bev, help us though, because like obviously you live in the world of fitness. Like Van and I, obviously we're on the board of directors at the YMCA. We do a ton to make sure we try to stay as healthy as we can.
Mm-hmm.
What can friends of the show do at home? Like help us, like talk to they about little tricks and tips on making sure they're feeling better.
Right. Well, the first thing is this is the kind of weather and then the time change. It gets dark early.
Yeah, I hate that.
So your first thought is comfort food.
Yes.
So, one thing is to tell your body and to think about comfort food, not necessarily being things that are bad for you, right? And being protein forward, thinking
Ooh.
about protein and how can we eat more protein. So there's a great snacks that you can do that aren't necessarily full of sugar, which is what our body starts to crave about right now, and stress and the darkness and the cold, and
Now,
to really watch that.
when you say protein, you're talking about eggs? Because I learned last night they're about to get a lot cheaper. That's what everyone told me. The cost of eggs is going to go way down,
Basically free
because of last night. So that's what you're mentioning? Eggs specifically. Got it.
Yeah, right. Eggs are good, and I eat my eggs every morning, And then, but there's a lot of great proteins, and there's also for plant-based.
Van's a lentil guy.
Yeah, I am plant-based also.
Just got to remember that to get enough protein when you're plant-based, it takes a few more calories. At the same time, if that's what your body and makes your body feel good, you really have to listen to that. So the only time you don't listen is when your body says, I want the big size Snickers bar from Halloween because I deserve it and it's cold. Those are the kinds of things you have to really start to train yourself not to think about.
Beverly McClure is with us, and she knows so little about big size Snicker bars that she doesn't call them king size. That's how I know she doesn't. That's how I know she doesn't partake, Van.
We don't need a king size Snickers when I could just have 16 minis that I have left
There
over
you
from
go.
Halloween. Yeah.
And that justifies it, right?
Yeah, sure. They're tiny.
Van does hot girl math as it relates to candy bars. Hey, this is a real sentence, Isaiah. I don't know if you know this. Van has made me legit delicious tofu. Like, there's no punchline here. Like, Van has taken tofu because low key you cook pretty good for a guy who is not as weird as
has
people
all
think.
the other negative characteristics that I carry. Yeah, for sure. But despite all the other things, can cook.
Yeah, but like the heavy soybean stuff is like super proteiny. Like you can do that tofu pretty well.
I mean, yeah, if you manage to do the plant-based diet and you're fine with it, you're not suffering, that means you know how to cook up some good meals. Otherwise, you're just going to be eating the same things over and over. So,
I mean, I jacked up my caloric intake the last couple years, and I went from 165 to 195 doing a protein heavy vegetable forward diet. I broke my hand and I lost all that muscle, but still it could be done. It could be done.
I was going to say, the number on the scale, to your point, is not as important as the percent of body fat to the percent of muscle that you have.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we tell our clients, and I'm telling folks now that are listening, don't get so hung up on that number on the scale if you're doing some resistance training and you're starting to build that muscle.
Right.
Because that number may not change, but the percent of body fat is really what you need to worry about. And this time of year and with stress, we carry our body fat right around the middle. Our body does exactly what it's supposed to do, and it just hangs on to it because it takes less calories to hang on to that fat, believe it or not, than it does to hang on to the muscle. So when you broke your hand, your body did exactly what it's supposed to do. It's like, well, I need to be really efficient right now. So I'm going to give up some muscle.
Correct.
I'm going to hold on to this fat, and the body just is being, just like I said, very efficient.
Yeah, there's a lot. Sorry, Fred.
I was going to say, you got it.
Nate, there's a lot of times just during football, I had so many injuries where I'd come off an injury and my body would just be completely shot. And I learned how to basically master it, where I was consistently just on the snap of a finger, I could gain 20 pounds and lose body fat whenever I had to, just because I'd learned my
Flexing
body
on
and
us?
how to do
Yeah,
it.
for sure.
Well, no, it's just that you can gain weight and lose body fat. There is another time I gained 25 pounds in 3 months and lost 3% body fat, and it was incredible when I realized it. But yeah, it's very possible.
Yeah, it is possible. Now, for the average person that's not in shape football person like you, it probably doesn't happen at the snap
Sure. Yeah.
of the finger.
Yeah.
All I can see is him on a little bitty screen, so I'm just
Yeah.
assuming that he's
Beverly,
in super good shape.
Beverly says it doesn't happen at the snap of an edamame the way you think it does.
Yeah,
guys.
exactly.
That's not how it happens. Beverly McClure's with us. She is a friend of mine. She's been a friend of mine for some time. And every time we get together, it's around athletics. It's around the idea of health. It's the idea of kind of making points and new things. And you and I connected some months ago about I changed my diet up and started doing a bunch of different stuff. And I'm down something crazy, 35-ish pounds or something. And I'm like, this seems maintainable. Like I can do this forever. Let's say you do find an individual around the holidays that wants to slim the days that aren't holidays. They want to really make sure they're taking care of their body. Is there like a trick to the holidays? Is there like a warm food trick? Is there a way to trick your body into thinking, no, you're okay, even though you're reducing that caloric intake and making good decisions?
So I don't know about tricks so much as there are some things and some habits you can do if you're going to going to a party, for instance, where there's going to be food. To eat something healthy before you go. The worst thing you can do is to show up at that party. You're hungry. You're already, kind of hyped up a little bit because you're around folks. Folks are eating. Next thing you know, you're eating. They're pouring that second or third cocktail. And so, that also increases our eating too. And we don't watch it as much during the holidays. And the holidays, some people, I won't say most.
Me.
Some people tend to have a few more cocktails than they would before.
Definitely Van.
So to think about that as well. And if you're full before you go, you don't want to drink as much, don't necessarily want to eat as much, but it really is awareness. And it's just hard. You're having fun. The host is always pouring, filling up your glass. The food is there. And, for some folks, it's sweets. For some folks, it's salt. I'm a salt person, so I really have to think about that. I can sit in front of some chips and eat them like a ninja, So I really have to be sure I think of that before I go and I'm around those kinds of temptations.
Now, that advice is super good unless you're going, because you were talking about being around people and like being excited about that. That doesn't happen if you go to like a Dallas Cowboys watch party. There's no one there. So you're by yourself.
Right.
It's a very calculated and safe environment. So,
unfortunately, I would be there. Unfortunately,
yeah, there we go.
I would be that party of one. I would be that party of one crying, wanting comfort food. And,
there's your salt. The salt from your tears.
There's my salt. Yes, from my tears. Definitely right.
It's basically assault from Jerry Jones is what it is.
Oh,
yeah, it's emotional assault, really.
See, right there, we're increasing my stress level.
So you and Isaiah are both salty right now about this.
Me and Bev are going to get together a team of lawyers to take on Jerry, and I know they're going to be able to. They can take on his lawyers.
Exactly.
You hinted at it, but this is the real reason we have you on. Teach me and Van how to drink during the holidays, because we drink like fish. ZZ Top is
ZZ
tonight.
Top's coming.
Last night obviously led us to drinking.
Right.
We go to Mondays at Howie's. Saturday and Sunday are for the boys. Like, you get where I'm going here.
Yeah, totally.
Like is there can I keep on my vodka only lifestyle that I've currently adopted, or is there a better way to do it?
So so I drink as well. So
everyone should in these trying times.
But to remember that alcohol is sugar, and your body's going to process it like sugar. So one of the worst things about alcohol is what you mix it with. So if you're going to do that vodka, what are you going to put in that? Coca-Cola? Are you going to put in sugar, the sugar part and add sugar to the sugar you're drinking? Tequila, as you know, has the fewest calories and the fewest carbs and the fewest little bit of sugar. So, to think about that, there are some kinds of alcohol. There also, believe it or not, right now, mushrooms are having a moment.
Sure.
And there are some non-alcoholic beverages. Little Spirits is one. But I should have mentioned. Sorry, I should have mentioned that. But it gives you that same little buzz, and there's no sugar in it, and it doesn't have the alcohol, and it doesn't have the after effect the next day. So I think it just goes back to awareness, finding out what works for you, and trying not to mix sugar with your sugar that you're drinking.
Okay.
Think about that. You
Also,
know?
now that I've just learned about mushroom vodka, I'm about to live a weird life.
Okay, let's get real
I
weird
didn't
with
know
it.
this existed.
It's there's a tequila one as well, because like I said, I'm more into tequila. So but like for me, silver tequila with Topo Chico, which Topo Chico is a sparkling water. I
Yeah.
forget. I'll learn, guys, not to mention
Oh, there's
brands.
some
I'm sorry.
there's some
yeah,
brands
sorry,
I'm into.
sorry. So to me, that way I'm having the least sugar I can with my alcohol, and then I'm not adding any sugar to that. So it's just kind of what your body can metabolize.
Mhm.
And then just being aware, because that next morning, remember, the key to a good morning is the evening before.
Oh.
I know.
All right, Van sits at a desk most of the day. How often does he need to get up? Like, what's he need to be doing?
At least once an hour. Get up, stand up. We try to get our clients to do that as well. And any kind of body movement that you can do, even if it's a resistance training, just standing up and sitting down and a few squats. Those are just chair squats that you can get up and do. Walk around the office. Not only does that help just physically, but it also keeps your brain engaged. Because one thing that happens with us when we're over in a computer is we kind of just get into that state. So you kind of almost get where you're not quite as sharp, you're not thinking quite as fast. So any movement really does help with that. And so just thinking of that, being aware. I know some folks set a little alarm, and they have that on their smartwatches. But we try and even to watch and stand up and pull your shoulders back, because if you sit over a computer all day, guess what happens? You're starting to hunch over, and nothing ages us more than having that hump and that little hunch. And, we do that. So just to be aware of that posture and pulling back that posture and taking a few deep breaths and just being sure that you get up and get out of that chair.
Not so bad. Beverly McClure, this was nice. Thank you for coming out.
Yeah, absolutely.
You need 10% off a Duke's hat because Van's got you. That's his thing.
You're welcome.
Is he paying the 10%?
He does.
Yeah,
It
right
comes
out of my
out his
pocket.
pocket. He's the best. Our friend Beverly McClure is going to join us regularly. As we mentioned, she owns the Exercise Coach. You can absolutely look that up on your own. They're not a paid endorser of the show, just a very good friend of mine that does help a lot of people, and I enjoy her company. Also, this is real. Like, there's no punchline here. I had a tough summer with some health stuff, obviously what my dad went through. And if we can give positive message to those friends of the show that take time with us, please know it is, number one, it's not unobtainable. Number two, it is important. And number three, it's not just for yourself, it's for those others.
And just remember, it's the holiday season, and the best gift you can give yourself and your loved ones is health.
Yeah.
The healthier you are, the more you can give to yourself and the more you can give to those you love.
Love everything about that. When we get back from the break, we continue from the Albuquerque Duke store. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. Steve Palmisano joins us on air.
Did you miss me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can
Hello?
hear you, Steve.
Is this on? Is this Zay? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
good.
We had a fun little commercial break there so obviously it's a tough day for a lot of Americans. It's a tough day for a lot of Americans.
Yes.
Not quite as many of Americans as it's a good day for, because if you remember, the popular vote and the Electoral College said, no, we're actually a Donald Trump country.
Mhm.
Like the majority of people said.
I don't think that's what majority means, but slightly, ever so slightly more than half.
The voting majority.
Not to make a super deep politic.
Go
take,
ahead,
but,
though. Get
Be
it.
careful.
But
Somebody might hear
as-
something they didn't
as-
hear.
As time's gone on, especially in the last 10 years, now I've learned that the stock market, all this has been around for a long time. But recently,
Accurate, good
crypto,
breakdown.
but crypto, Bitcoin, like all that's kind of new. And
Sure.
I hear Trump like boost all that by a large margin. So maybe there's a lot of these people who just for the sake of Bitcoin and stock and crypto, they're like, no, we want this guy back in office because we were making way more money when he was in office. And I hear that amongst at least everyone my age.
For the record, though, just to be this guy, and I'm not trying to be difficult, the times when
For the record.
thank you for the record. The times when crypto and Bitcoin and NFTs were at their highest was during the pandemic, and that was Joe Biden's part, not Donald Trump's part. And every president that's ever served has had the highest stock market ever.
yeah, that's how the stock market
That's how
works.
the stock market works.
Yeah.
So
But crypto and Bitcoin's a little bit different.
correct, but they maxed out now during Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Joe Biden is president.
Nice, it's a good one. This is true.
Also, when everyone
my
had
crypto's up today.
yours is?
Yeah.
What's the name of the one you do,
I'm
Steve?
not telling you.
The Duke coin? Is that what it is?
The Duke coin.
Yeah.
Yes. You want to buy some?
I bought a truck with my crypto. That's what I did with
Seriously?
mine.
Wow.
When Elon Musk went on Saturday Night Live, I sold it and then I bought a truck.
That was when Trump was president.
That is not correct.
Oh, okay.
Joe Biden.
Oh,
Okay, I need to really hop into it.
No, you don't. Not the way you do
yeah.
things.
Be careful.
Well, I was gonna use your advisement, of course.
Yeah, mm-mm.
I'd
I'm
like to be able to
advising
get a
you
truck.
not to.
That was not an endorsement.
I want a truck.
I was in for a long time. I was in like a bro group of like text your buddies, like crypto,
Yeah.
like whatever
yeah,
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you know what they try to text about now? It was the election last night.
Duh, it
Yeah,
was the election. Duh.
It's like that Huey Lewis in the news song. I want a new truck.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That's
a-
what he says.
That's a good reference.
Totally what he says.
Are we all NBA now? Is that the rule on the show?
Now hold on, we have to talk NFL.
We
That's-
have to.
We're legally obligated to.
Didn't we just talk? Oh no, we talked about the Cowboys.
The Cowboys.
Oh, that's similar to the NFL.
Also, let's talk about good
Sports
teams.
adjacent.
There's no NFL stories. Like, what's the
dry?
Yeah, what's the story right now in the NFL? Houston Texans get all red uniforms. Tune in this Sunday. No.
Patrick Mahomes.
What about him? That the
Undefeated.
Yeah, but they've only outscored their opponents by 56 points, the lowest margin in the history of undefeated teams. They suck.
Did they get the majority of their wins?
I like what you're doing here. Is
They
it
did.
popular?
They did. I think it's popular. Who doesn't like the Chiefs?
If they beat the Bills this weekend, they'll go undefeated and they'll win the Super Bowl. And then Patrick Mahomes will be the first NFL player running up the stairs at the White House to get celebrated from Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
He'll run so fast.
I mean, his wife for sure,
And his mom.
and his kicker.
Nick Bosa is about to demand a trade.
Duh.
Yeah.
Kansas City.
Hey, his ACL went the other day, but somehow magically just went back into place.
Wasn't that the weirdest thing?
It's crazy how they do that. And he will blow it again running up the stairs of the state capitol, similar to his buddies on January 6th.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll get up there and receive his signed or he'll give a signed Chiefs helmet, only signed by the aforementioned Harrison Buckner and Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, Nick Bosa is going to demand a trade to the Washington football team, not Kansas City. So it could be closer to his new buddy.
Correct.
Yeah.
Who's his new buddy, man?
47th and 45th
Okay,
president of the
got
United
it,
States
yeah.
of America. Yeah.
We're not saying his name the rest of this show.
I'll
Why not?
I'll say it every time.
Why not?
I don't think we've actually said it yet.
Said what?
He
The name.
He's gonna say it. You gonna say it, Zay? Huh? You gonna be the first one?
You're gonna say it like a regular person, or you're gonna say it like Herschel Walker?
like
Because he calls him Donald J. Trump.
I mean, it's not like he's like being revolutionary. You know, Grover Cleveland did it first. Like, I'm not trying to be that guy, but
Patrick Mahomes. Who are you talking about?
he's gonna say it.
Don't say it.
If you look at my list of 7 deadly words, Isaiah.
Oh my gosh.
No, I have not seen it actually. I was going to Google the other one you guys are referring to.
What one's that?
It.
The one for the radio, I believe, is what it was.
That's what that is. A George Carlin thing.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I'm talking about.
If you're Marcus Hayes, do you want to continue to cover the Sixers after Joel Embiid beat you up?
I thought you were talking about the Globetrotters.
Same color scheme.
Marcus Haynes. Did you say Marcus Hayes or Marcus Haynes?
Marcus Hayes. He's a reporter that Joel Embiid shoved because he was talking about Joel Embiid's dead brother.
Yeah, it's he went a little far.
You
Of all the
think?
times reporters deserve it, this was one of those. This was way worse than what Jason dealt with when he lost his cool.
Who's Jason?
Oh, I don't
Jason
know.
Kelton.
I think it's pretty different scenarios.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
I think
should
in
not have.
Joel's. I think Joel's. It's more validated to lose your cool.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, that's what I think.
I think the only time that sports reporters have the right to talk about somebody's dead brother is when the person in question killed their brother. You don't just bring up like horrific accidents of somebody's family members. Like, you deserve it. Joel Embiid should not have been suspended.
He said he brought them up because that he was trying to say that's why Joel Embiid is not playing well.
Some kind of parallel, something weird.
Did Michael Jordan deal with that with his father when he came back from?
So
from
you're
baseball?
asking. All right. So you're asking an interesting question. So his father passed, which is what you're talking about.
Yeah, Michael.
Yeah, when his father passed, he stopped basketball.
Correct.
So so there wasn't
a
chance for that. And then he
Yeah.
went to baseball to get rid of some gambling debts. That's a fact. And then he came back to basketball when he proved a 3-time championship return to those same individuals.
When his stealth suspension was over.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so the story that I was thinking the whole time was that a lot of that was true, but I thought that he went to baseball because I guess his dad always wanted him to play baseball. So
Sure. That's the story.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
story.
that's the
cover
story.
up.
Yeah.
That's the story.
Oh, that sucks.
That's the spin. That's the spin. Yeah, go down a wormhole. This is a fun one, Zay.
I'm sure there
You
was
can
an
learn a lot.
article that
You can
said
learn a lot.
Michael Jordan's going to play baseball because his dad died and he always wanted him to play.
There
baseball.
absolutely is.
So
Absolutely.
there was a
yeah.
reference to that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's most
Yeah,
of
there's-
the references
I watched it.
said
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I didn't even read it. The whole documentary had it set up like that.
Yeah. The one that he produced.
That he produced,
the one
yeah,
that
from
Michael
his
Jordan
production company.
produced.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Mhm.
has, and I believe all this came out during the trial, right? Because it was like 2 kids, right? They're like 18-year-old kids. Is that what it was? But they were lackeys, is what they were.
Right.
And then, weird.
There's other
think-
insinuations about how he died.
Very
remember
recently, that
correctly.
guy.
So,
very recently,
during
one
a
of those
drug
people-
deal, allegedly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought
So
Yeah,
they
that
were
guy just
talking
got out
about
of
his-
jail.
what's that, brother?
That guy just got out of jail. The one who did it, it was not too long ago. Maybe within the last few years, the guy who was convicted of the murder for his father just got released not too long ago.
Correct. Now, the story in the trial, this is off the top of my head. The story in the trial was drug deal gone bad, shot and killed.
Mhm.
That's not the story, though. The story
No.
allegedly was money, booking
Shaken
stuff.
down
Yeah.
for money.
Yep.
You don't make drug deals on the side of the highway.
At all.
As somebody who's been involved with drug deals, let me tell you, you just don't do it on the side of a
The
highway.
only time
you-
I could
have you-
think.
Been up Central.
That's not a highway. Central's not a highway.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it can be.
It's true.
Like a
It's a highway.
like a
Ah.
oh, because you get high on
I
Central.
don't know.
Okay, I don't
I don't
understand.
know what goes on there.
It took me a second, Steve. It almost got me.
Yeah, really go back and dive into that stuff. There's also a bunch of like, I'm not going to be this guy, but some of those rabbit hole podcasts about this, like the conspiracy,
Right.
like the truth is out there stuff about this. Also, wasn't he found in like a pond or something? Am I making that up? Like a fisherman found him.
Yeah, it was either that or the woods.
I'm gonna say swamp. Let's just split it.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's say if it's not a pond and it's not the woods, because South Carolina's like super swamped out.
Sure.
Swampy.
Swampy.
All right. We could do a whole episode breaking this down.
Oh, what it says his body was found in a South Carolina swamp
Told you.
Boom.
days after the killing and was identified through dental records.
When I tell you to dump a body in the marsh, you dump the body in the marsh.
That's a good reference.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a wild story. So then he disappears to baseball, and then the baseball guys talked to him about it for real.
Mhm.
And then I feel like he did like a sit down thing too, though, like a 60 minutes thing or something. Or there was a trial.
Mhm.
It's all super cloudy to me now, but
Something I haven't looked into in a long time.
no.
Maybe for sake of Zay, like we could just do a deep dive on this.
I'll do a deep dive on it.
Sure.
It says that this guy that was convicted passed away earlier this year,
Oh,
Really?
February 2024.
allegedly.
Mm,
It gets yeah,
yeah.
gets
I wonder
deeper.
how.
Actually, he's playing for the Birmingham Barons right
Yeah,
now.
wild.
When that guy got out, people were saying like he's not gonna last long.
Well,
But
I
I
mean,
wonder how that happened.
how he passed away.
Yeah. If it was
Well, I mean,
a
Steve's
murder
on the
or-
case right now.
okay.
There's
Oh.
so many things I can say.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like all of these stories, and that's like sports fans' attention span. Just and then it's gone.
Yeah.
How long ago was Aaron Hernandez? And then that special comes out 2 weeks ago. Now everyone's even forgot the storyline of
So
that.
that is not the same guy that.
Oh,
passed
okay.
away. Yeah.
I thought
same
yeah.
name, different guy.
Oh, so you're telling me if you have a certain name, you're more than likely you're going to kill.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Oh,
Why does everybody think that I'm saying something I'm not? Today?
I see what you did there. I see
Interesting.
what
There's
you
a
did.
theme. There's a theme
Yeah.
today, isn't there?
What I'm
Apparently
saying about
there is.
what I'm saying about this guy is that he's seeking perjury charges against witnesses. I can't see anything about him passing.
Well, that
No.
is because he was promised a deal from whoever this
Mhm.
organized mafia was,
Sure.
and they didn't come through for him.
Mm-hmm.
This guy does interviews. Insane.
I mean,
That's one of the worst things about podcasts is you're going to get the viewers, and often the guy running the
The
podcast.
worst thing
does
is
not
the
care.
interviews.
No, yeah. I mean, you
No,
get
it's-
some of these awful people get to go on, and just for the sake of views, they get to feel like, a star or a celebrity.
The worst part is a
the
hypocrisy.
hypocrisy. So I don't think it is.
Actually,
Yeah, he's
I think
sitting
it's the
down.
murder.
it's the murdering. That's the worst part.
All right, so his name's Daniel Green. So there you go. He had a buddy. There's two of them. I don't know. I mean, like murder is the worst one, I think, of all of them.
Yeah.
But especially if it's like a robbery gone wrong, which is what you make it look like if you're organized crime. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Take your time.
I don't know. I see a different. I see a different name here.
There's two guys.
There's two guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Larry,
there's
are you
two-
looking at Larry Demery?
Demery.
So there were two defendants, Green and Demery.
There's also a baseball player named Larry Demery.
It's true.
Did he play for the Barons?
He passed away.
Is this all coming full circle?
Yeah.
So the deal was, as I recall, Demery said that Green did it, and Green said that Demery did it.
Yeah.
And that's why neither of them were given the deaths, which I assume exists in South Carolina because of the flags they fly over their state capital.
Yeah. Which are coming out. A lot more of them be flying soon.
Hey, but you better get them now, though, because there's going to be a tariff on them soon.
Oh, good point.
So you want to get in ahead of the game.
Steve, are you in the flag making
I
business
have
too?
nothing to say on this topic.
Okay. Somebody might take your words and twist them.
They might.
You know, that's the problem with today's climate.
What, texting?
No. All right. First of all, if you are a person that applies tone to a text message, you're a loser. If you're a person who reads a text message and believes that they can imply a tone to that, there's something mentally disconnected up top with you.
That's why emojis exist. Thank you very much.
And punctuations, that helps.
What did Jared say yesterday? He sent me 3 exclamation points and a siren emoji. I go, what?
Especially when you are voice texting, then you have to voice the emoji.
So
you say that? You say, "Hey Siri, smiley face emoji!"
Exclamation! Exclamation! Exclamation!
Well, you turned my guy on. I guess our voices are close enough that you turned my Siri on.
We spend spend so much time together. You know, it's like
the thing about the talk text. It's when you look at it, it puts perfect punctuation, everything, and it just makes you come off as a little bit of a tryhard. You know, texting, you're a little more loose, but then when you're talking with it, it's to a T. Like it goes down to a T, and it just perfect punctuation. But it puts too many commas. Way too many commas.
I actually use correct punctuation in my texts.
But
I mostly, unless it's like a 3-word answer to something, like I take the English language very seriously.
Isaiah
Like I would like for you to understand and know exactly what I'm saying on a text. When I'm talk to texting from my truck, I will be like, hey, truck robot, text Fred. Hello, comma. How are you? Question mark.
I always thought you were really a tryhard.
You say that?
Such a tryhard.
Well, no, like
Isaiah gets pissed whenever his phone puts a dot above his eye in his name. He's like, no. He's like, I leave that thing off. You're not gonna cross my T or dot my I.
No, they just put too many commas. Too many commas. They'll be like, hey, I want to go to the store after this. Hey, comma, I want to go, comma. And it's like, all right.
Yeah, that's way too much.
Isaiah, the English measure, is like, you put a semicolon in here, I'll break the screen.
Oh, Travis Kelce, this phone, if you do that again.
Oh, God. And you know the gals that Isaiah's texting, they're like, look at this little tryhard.
Yeah, tryhard.
Put a little tone on that.
Windbag. Just text me K.
God,
Yeah.
dang, dude.
Oh.
Why are you so different in your text?
Yeah. You know, I didn't think you'd be so cool. Oh. Why are these guys that tell jokes every day making fun of the president? You can't make fun of this. It's off limits. That's that same person who reads text.
Dang, Zay, from your messages on Tinder, I never would have thought you would have braids.
The best part when Zay goes on a second date with a girl he meets on Tinder, they're like, "Oh, that Dallas Cowboys jacket again." He's like, "No, it's a different one.
It's a totally different one."
Cowboys jacket.
Then he's all pissed. He's like, I'm not going out with her.
No, she thinks I only got one Dallas Cowboys jacket. She ain't for me.
Done. Next. Swipe.
Swipe. He sends her the ghost emoji and then blocks her.
But he properly sends that ghost.
Duh.
Yeah.
The ghost emoji, ellipses.
That's a good one. And the ghost, and then block.
Oh gosh.
He just sends girls pictures of Joel Embiid. Like, what does this mean? Nah, I ain't playing.
No. Oh gosh.
That's a good one.
I want to read your text so bad on air. There has to be an amount of money. Like there has to be like a Zay, hand over your dating app DMs.
Yes.
For what amount of exchange? And you don't have any money, so it's like a low number. It's like something we can afford. We paid for a girl to get a tattoo the other day.
Yeah.
Like, this is a real life thing.
I'm trying to forget about that.
Yeah. By the way, guys, I got to give you my Venmo.
Steve and I talked off air. We're only agreeing to pay half of the original price, and every upcharge we're not paying.
Yeah, the upcharge is on me. Obviously.
You're going to tell me shading costs that much?
Yeah.
Shading?
I can't have a black and white Duke. He's got to have that yellow helmet. It's got to pop, baby.
This is an off the air story. Let's
Yes,
make
it sure is.
Real public.
What are they talking about?
How many Dukes tattoos?
Something that I didn't even, wasn't even a part of, and then I ended up paying the
1/3.
more.
I don't do anything without consent these days.
I consented.
Yes.
You signed a release.
When?
Well, no, he didn't sign a release.
Oh.
It was definitely verbal.
Was it text? Did I properly text you?
Can you imagine texting that description of that tattoo? I'm not trying to put this person's business out there.
Yeah.
Right. The shortest version, Isaiah, the three of us were watching some baseball, and then for some reason we paid for someone's tattoo.
Correct.
That's the whole story.
This new friend of the show told us that they're on their way to get a tattoo. I was like, oh, how cool.
What is it?
What are you getting?
Yeah.
And they said Ghostface. And I was like, oh, Ghostface Killer from the Wu-Tang Clan?
That is what you said verbatim.
That's awesome.
And I walked
And there's
away.
like, I don't know who that is. No, it's the mask guy from Scream.
From Scream.
I was like, oh, that's cool. Hear me out. What if we put a Duke's helmet on him? and I was like, all right.
Low key, it ended
us gentlemen here.
It looks so cool.
Yeah, I forgot to put up a post on Halloween. I was totally going to put up a post on Halloween. I forgot. It looks like legit super awesome.
There is a
so we split the bill on her tattoo because we talked her into
it is a sweet ghost face with a Duke's helmet
Yeah.
on it. Like, it looks awesome.
Instead of a basic B tattoo that like thousands and thousands and thousands of people have, she's got a one of one. She's got the only ghost face with the Duke's helmet
And the tattoo
in
guy,
the world.
the tattoo artist was wearing a Duke's hat.
Correct.
And he could easily see what he's tattooing because it had the flattest bill I'd ever seen.
Yes, very, very.
Knew exactly what he was doing. Yeah.
That's what I heard. He drew the helmet from memory. That's how much he loved the Duke's brand. Or tattooed, drew. I don't know what verb to use there.
Yeah, I don't either.
Man.
It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. I'm kind of stuck in a little bit of an issue here, boys.
Okay.
I kind of want to I kind of want to talk about the start to Zach Edey's career and how good he's been.
Mhm.
But instead, let's just talk about Jason Tatum and how he's averaging 30 minutes a 3 quarters. He don't play no 4 quarters, so I don't want to call it a full game.
We don't need to.
You're a big Celtics guy, Steve.
Time management.
Load. It's called
Load.
Load.
Both.
Get load. Management.
Okay.
So he's got Stephon Curry 2016 vibes. How do you guys feel about Jason Tatum on his revenge tour of everyone saying he was duty during the NBA Finals?
Well, it's a team game. So whenever Jason Tatum gets super tired, which he will,
No, he doesn't play 4 quarters.
you'll just let Jaylen Brown do it. And then that other day that he doesn't do it, Drew Holiday will do it. The day that he doesn't do it, Chris Schnapp,
I want to be
he'll do it.
I need to be very clear with you here. He's done it every game. He's averaging 30 points a game. He's the best one.
Oh,
Usually the best people win the MVP, and that was Jaylen
There we go.
Brown.
That's the one.
I thought you were talking about him not playing.
He doesn't have to play.
He
in
doesn't
the
have
fourth.
to play the fourth
He
quarter,
scores 30 points before then.
and they're up 30.
That's fine. I'm good with that.
Yeah, because you're a huge Celtics fan.
If he's tired, he's tired.
He's not tired. They're managing his load. And somehow people are going to find a way to hate on this dude. Van is over here like anyone could do it. It's part of the system.
Well, yeah, that's what the Celtics do. They play team basketball. He doesn't have to be the superstar and score 30.
No.
But he is right now.
Season just started.
You know, Kemba Walker did this in 2017.
Yeah.
Shut up.
You know who else did it? Jeremy Lin. Where's he at?
I think Larry did it.
He's still playing, isn't he?
Jeremy Lin?
Yeah.
Probably in
Somewhere.
he's
rec
overseas.
league.
You know, I saw Manu Ginobili dunk a basketball a few days ago in an actual basketball game overseas. Manu Ginobili.
What is your algorithm, dude?
It's all over the place with
Yes.
important information. I mean, Manu Ginobili, you guys didn't know he's still playing. I didn't know.
No, we weren't on Ginobili watch.
Jeremy Lin plays for the new Taipei Kings in Taiwan.
Does he start? Hey, see if he starts.
Oh, 100% he starts.
I'm just asking.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to be that
He used
guy.
to play in the association. Now he's playing in Taiwan.
Insanity.
What teams? How come? So Browning's better than him.
Who?
Browning's in the NBA.
Who?
Jeremy Lin's 6'3", and he's playing in the Taiwanese basketball
Tallest guy on the
association.
court. Tallest guy on the court.
Probably the center.
Yeah, exactly. He looks like Wembanyama to everyone else there.
There's so much money over there and lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Did I mention lifestyle? And I don't know what he's into. Is he the one who went to Harvard? Did he go to Harvard?
Yes.
Correct.
God, can you imagine just being so good at everything?
Didn't
Terrible hairstyle.
No, I can't, actually. No.
Jeremy's playing his cards the right way. I think. I don't think he shows up around for the Olympics or anything, although he should.
For Taiwan?
Yeah.
Is, real question, Jason Tatum the best Celtic since Larry?
No. Oh God.
Give me a better one.
Since Larry?
Rondo.
Mm-mm.
Paul
No.
Pierce.
No.
Kevin Garnett.
no.
Prime
No.
Rajon Rondo. Prime Rajon Rondo won those Celtics teams so many games. And he's got a lot to do with that championship over the Lakers that the Celtics got. Rondo's all over the place. He was ripping the ball from
He wasn't even.
everybody.
He wasn't even Ray Allen on that team. Like, he wasn't even the best player on that team. He's definitely not the best Celtic since Larry.
Ray Allen's got more moments than Jason.
I think Van's right. I think it was KG, but it was such a short run. Otherwise, I think it's Jason Tatum.
We got him right at the end of his peak. He played some insane basketball for the Celtics for a couple years and then just fell off as hard as possible.
I would
Paul
even say he was a
can't really-
bit post his prime at that time.
Paul Pierce was a better Celtic. Let's really if you really look at the competition though, and look at the other players in the league, Paul Pierce was the reason LeBron had to leave Cleveland. Paul Pierce beat Kobe in the finals. I mean, he was going against prime Kobe and prime LeBron and still got his. You look at all these other superstars in the other eras who didn't get their championship because there was a Michael Jordan or, a Dr. J or a Wilt Chamberlain. So Paul Pierce didn't let any of that phase him. There were some other stars, and he got it done. Tatum is free walking to the finals every year.
And winning Olympic golds, and he's going to drop 40 on Steve Kerr and Steve Kerr's players tonight for Olympics revenge.
Could be true.
It's like they're RIP Warriors. Hey, what does Isaiah always say? He cooks them. They're being cooked.
Yeah, Paul Pierce. I think he's a better Celtic. Now, is he a better player than Jason Tatum? No.
Well, no, he never did this exactly.
No, but if we're talking about like Celtics legends, yeah, because he played his whole career there. I mean, until he left. But Kevin Garnett was just a rental. Kevin Garnett was better, but he wasn't on Celtics long enough.
Steve, you're the Celtics fan. I'm surprised.
What's that?
You don't put Paul Pierce or Rondo anywhere near.
I put Paul Pierce up there. Rajon Rondo
was not good.
Oh, reach, big reach.
He was okay. Jason Tatum's going to be in the MVP conversation this year. Rajon Rondo wasn't in the M conversation. He was never the most anything.
Yeah. I think you're forgetting that there's a little stretch where Rajon Rondo was he was regarded as the best point guard in the league.
I'd say Kyrie Irving was a better point guard on the Celtics than Rajon Rondo, and he was nuts.
Well, he had to do everything.
Rajon Rondo is actually so bad at basketball now that I'm really thinking about it.
He's not going to go out and drop 30, although he will drop 30, but he's not going to go out there as a main scorer and drop 30. But if you have a decent team, if you just give him some weapons, Rondo 100% is making everybody around him better. There's never a situation where he's not making his team better. You can't say that for Kyrie.
Except when he's not trying.
Okay, that's a good point. Maybe he's upset.
Yeah,
everybody needs a day off.
He was a little correct.
Yeah.
That was an emotional cat. I'm looking for something here. So he played in the league from 2006 to 2022. Okay.
Stats don't tell a story.
It's a long
No,
time.
you're correct. They don't.
That's a long time.
And of that time, he was an all-star 4 times. So at least 4 times in his career, he was one of the best 30.
Yeah.
So no.
I bet half of those were in the Celtics.
No, they all were.
All of
Every
them.
single
Yeah,
one of them were.
Okay, so
All
there
of
we go. So yeah, it's his time on Boston.
Because Boston made him better. He didn't make Boston better.
No. He's not good. He was all NBA, third team, 1 time.
Wow,
You think Rajon Rondo made Boston a better team?
Yes, he ran the offense.
Yeah, during that run, like he's a facilitator. He played lockdown wing defense.
He plays lockdown defender, and he ran the offense. And he always made good decisions, and he got so many steals. I remember him wrecking some of those games because he just kept getting steal after steal after steal, and then he make the right choice in the fast break.
Hey Siri, text Zay.
When we get back from the break, let's play Prize Picks. It's tuning on 95.9 FM and AM 610, live from the Albuquerque Duke Store, the sports animal.
This report is
Nice hop.
I like this little ditty.
That's a bop.
We're at the Albuquerque Duke store. Got some new cool hoodies and stuff, man.
I do. I like the color of
Would you
that.
call that Christmas?
No. Christmas is greener.
Okay.
Yeah.
Steve Palmasano with us. Steve, what color green is on this hoodie?
That's a. I call it a turquoise.
Ah,
Teal.
turquoise. Turquoise.
Do you like that color?
I'm into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like the bottom of an aquarium.
Okay.
It is very aquarium rock adjacent.
How do you feel about that sentence, Steve?
Good. I liked it. Van is a good sentence maker.
Not on text,
A little too.
according to Zay.
What did Zay call it? A sharpshooter? What'd you call it, Zay?
Try hard.
Yeah, sharpshooter. Little do-gooder. Little Dudley do-right. I need help with my prize picks, boys.
All right. Let's do it.
So I put in what I thought was a real safe one earlier. Okay. So I'm just playing a safe one. Steph Curry, I got on the Taco Wednesday.
Excellent.
More than 20.5. Victor Wembanyama, more than 24. LeBron James, more than 8 assists. And Jason Tatum, more than 24.5 points.
Hey, lock that in.
That's what I think.
That's a
too.
winner.
That's what I think.
Yeah, that's a winner.
Okay. Now I got to go big, boys. Because
Okay.
gosh forbid I don't feed my addiction here. So promo code KNML. If you use promo code KNML, we'll match up to $100 on your prize picks. That's how we do, Van. I think I want to go like all Gremlins. Like, you feeling that, or is that crazy to you?
All little demon boyos?
Yeah, what do you think?
I like it. Let's do it. Let's
All
find
right.
one.
Sorry, so we need some points here, Steve. Now, you don't play prize picks, Steve. You hate it.
I downloaded it. I just haven't started.
Use promo code KNML.
Yeah,
We'll
I
match
haven't
you
done
up.
that yet.
Match up to $100.
Yeah, I want to do it.
How do you feel about? Well, I'm going to help you right now. How do you feel about me doing more than 29.5 on Victor Wembanyama? He's not scored 30 all year. I think it's tough.
Who are they playing?
They are playing the Houston Rockets.
I don't think
Tonight's his night.
No, I don't.
Emerging.
Tonight's
I like
his night, you
Wemby's
say.
point, rebounds, and assist more for Wemby, but that's not a demon.
No, and I'm only doing demons.
Only demons.
Demons is my thing.
When was their last off night?
That's a good question. They did not play last night.
They playing at home?
Chris Paul demon, more than 14.5 points.
What does demon mean?
It's like worse odds, so you get higher payouts. So like Nikola Jokic, 54.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Demon taking the more.
Okay.
Like, do I think he'll have like a 30-10-10? Because if he does, that's still not enough.
Nice.
I don't think so. I don't think Bronny Senior is going to dole out 8 assists.
Yeah, that one. That was the only one that made me raise an eyebrow.
He had 10. He had 11 last game and 10 the game before that. He's like dialed in.
Yeah, and now there's no AD, so I'd assume that he's gonna get more assists.
Yeah, has he given an assist to Bronny yet?
No, he tried for Bronny's first points, but
You said Chris Paul more than 14.5? He has been scoring recently. I'm going to take that with the Demon. I like that. So you don't think that assist one's good? Because I thought that wouldn't played. I just thought it played. I mean, I'm not trying to overanalyze here.
LeBron James has a 1.5 steal demon.
You told me to take LeBron earlier. All right, steals. Now, here's the thing, Steve. When you do prize picks, I think you should do all 6 every single lineup. Like if you do all 6, like that's you end up like a big strong man.
What's the promo code?
KNML.
You know, friend of the show, Patrick.
I like him.
Made a specific request to vent about the Cowboys. He sounds like he's hurting.
Oh,
can he maintain for 3 more picks?
I believe he can.
Do you want to talk him? Him through this turbulent time?
He's dealing with the Cowboys.
All right, let's do this. Actually, Van and I are going to back out briefly while we finish our prize picks, and you and Patrick, you guys have a little connection right here. It's Patrick and Zay. Are they okay? Patrick, welcome to the show.
Hey, no, I'm not okay, dude.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
So the first autograph I ever got was at North Valley Little League when I was in the minors. Was Don Perkins, played for the Lobos, played for the Cowboys. He signed my glove. I was the baddest second baseman of all time at that, back in those days, right?
That.
And then, I've been a Cowboy fan my whole life. And, dude, it's just getting harder and harder and harder to be one because I look at, like, San Francisco, right? They have John Lynch, somebody who played ball, understands football, is a general manager to oversee the team. Well, Jerry Jones, I played football back in 1952.
Great. Love it.
Shut the hell up. Your ability to understand the current and modern professional game is completely lacking. You gave 46% of your salary cap to 2 guys who are no longer playing with your team. One, they had to hold his hand. I call him Choke Prescott. They had to hold his hand. Oh, Pobrecito, your hand is hurt. Shut up, you big weenus. I can't stand that guy. Since he got hurt and they brought in Cooper Rush, and Cooper Rush broke the all-time NFL rookie record, right? And that came back way too early. And he endangered the team's chances of success. So from that point on, I felt he was selfish. And I understand why he did that, because Tony Romo had the broken transfer or the crack process transfer, and that's how he got his job on somebody else's broken bones. So he doesn't want to give up his lofty position. I want to just say what I want to say, but I can't because I'm trying to maintain my little brief bit of sanity I have left. But
thank you for that.
Anyway, I'm just tired of Jerry Jones. I want to find out if there's anybody else that wants to join me and just start sending all your Dallas Cowboy stuff back to the Texas Stadium and just say I'm done. You know what I mean? I'm so. Get somebody, and now you're saying, "Ooh, I like him. Look, he can catch." His name, Amari Cooper. Shut up. Hire somebody that understands the game, understands all aspects. Get a general manager. Get Bill Belichick. But no, he wouldn't do that because he wants control of the team, and Jerry can't do that. Trump Jr. But anyway, I'll let you guys go. Thanks for listening to me. Better now.
Oh, Patrick, yeah, get
man.
Can we get some out of the prize closet for Patrick?
Yeah, that was top 3, I think.
I mean, how are you feeling about that right now?
Yeah, Patrick, tell your therapist you're good next week. You got it all out of your chest today. Glad you got it out.
I agree with him. Like I said, Patrick, and if you've noticed, there's been no Cowboy fans that have called in and they're ecstatic. Everyone is kind of coming with the same idea. We're blaming this on Jerry. Before, he put together good rosters. This year, he almost sabotaged the team, and it's hard to not think it was on purpose. And he's continuing to do so. What he's doing is like, imagine if you're the leader of a position and you know you're leaving. Say Magic Johnson. Say if he had just ran the Lakers to the ground, knowing he was about to leave and it wouldn't be his problem. That is like what Jerry's doing, but he's still going to be there. At least he plans to stick around. So I don't understand why he's sabotaging a team like this. And what Patrick was saying is the number one way to do it. We have to stop going to the games, send things to him, send angry letters. For some reason, when Jerry finished going off on the radio host, he says, now, if you guys, I'm not going to let some radio guys to ask me questions. Now, if you were a fan or somebody whose opinion mattered, then I'd care. And I'm thinking to myself,
isn't the name of the station W Fan?
It's 105 Fan. Yeah, 105.5
Yeah.
Fan. And then on top of that, you would imagine, or you would at least think, that guys that are on the radio and qualified to talk to Jerry Jones would have a little bit more knowledge about the game than random fans who are going to be emotional and being erratic. And
now,
yeah.
to be fair,
I
am qualified to talk to Jerry Jones, but I know much less than Dallas Cowboy fan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if it's a prerequisite. I'm not the guy. That's all. That's all I'm trying to say. Keep going.
Look, Jerry will never give the keys to the Porsche to somebody else. He will never admit that he's not good enough at it. He's too deep cover. He's all the way in. If he would have hired a general manager, it would have been years and years and years ago. He's too dug in. He's like friggin' Johnny Depp and Donnie Brasco. He's all the way in. He doesn't even know who he is anymore. He can't change. It will never get better. Jerry Jones will be the GM of the Cowboys until he ceases the ability to breathe air.
When it's all said and done, I think you can make a list of the worst decisions Jerry has made. I think firing Jimmy Johnson, everyone can agree, would be the first one. And I think number 2 would be failing to go after Derrick Henry. I think what just happened before our eyes was one of the worst mistakes that he's ever made as far as team building, just in general, that I can remember from recent memory. There's nothing else. I mean, a few years ago, this is a guy that traded for Amari Cooper in the middle of the season, and we went and won about 8 out of the next 9 games. This is a guy that did find a Dak Prescott in the 4th round who ended up being a starter. So he's done a lot of good, and that's what he's first to say is, oh, you're not going to highlight all the bad and forget all the good. It's the good wasn't good enough, and you're still producing bad.
I like that Cowboys fan. I'm going to use Isaiah as an example here.
Of course.
Is so disconnected from other Cowboys fan. Because this whole moment right now for Isaiah should not be about how bad the Cowboys are. It should be about the sympathy for our friend Patrick.
Mm-hmm.
It should be about connecting with him and telling him that it's okay. It's not his fault.
Well, it's not his fault, but it's also not okay.
Well, there's that part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Similar to last night for a lot of people, the sun will come out tomorrow.
Sure will.
And tomorrow will be a lovely day.
The world keeps spinning. And then also to agree with you, Zay, Derrick Henry is leading the NFL in rushes, yards per carry, and touchdowns. The last person to do that was Jim Brown.
I guess
it's not even like that. He didn't go after Derrick Henry. He just didn't go after anybody.
Anybody at all.
Anybody.
That was more of the egregiousness of the whole
insane. It was insane. And you know what's worse about what you just said, Van? The Cowboys are last in every one of those categories.
Mm-hmm.
32nd in the NFL in every single one of those categories, and Derrick Henry is first in every one of those categories, and he had just bought a mansion in Texas. And they didn't even call his phone.
If you would like to be first in Prize Picks, take Kyrie Irving the more in 6.5 assists. That's a demon.
Like it.
Bradley Beal more than 2.5 3-pointers made. That's a demon. Luka Doncic more than 34.5 points. That's a demon. Klay Thompson more than 2.5 assists. That's a demon. Josh Giddey more than 7.5 assists. That's a demon. And Miles Turner more than 13.5 rebounds. That one's currently at halftime, so you have to move quick.
Nice.
And he's currently sitting at 8 rebounds.
Ooh, love it.
So I'm feeling good about that. Let's go home 100-time winner tonight, boys.
And also breaking news, not breaking, but Dak Prescott likely out more than 4 weeks with an avulsion of hamstring, which is partially torn off bone.
Did you say a vulva?
Avulsion. Avulsion. So he's out more than 4 weeks, which means we're getting a top 10 draft pick.
So
I love
after they lose to the Eagles,
Zay, how could you even be you keep saying that we're going to get a top 10 pick? You have
'Cause
no
we're-
idea. They may pass, one, let the clock run out, two, not even participate, three, they may not even fill the team next year at this rate.
It's scary, but out of all things,
They're turning the stadium into a tourism. It's just going to be all tourist attraction. They're going to put a roller coaster at midfield, going from one side to the other.
There are currently 9 teams. There are currently 10 teams with a worse record than the Dallas Cowboys. If you include points scored, that puts the New York Jets in there. So there are 9 teams with a flat out worse record, and then the Jets are tied at 3 and they're 3 and 6 because the Cowboys haven't grabbed that bye yet.
Yeah, and the Dallas would lose to half of those teams, I bet.
The Dallas is going to end up with the 13th or 14th overall draft selection. There's nothing redeemable about any of this.
We'll keep it. We'll keep in mind though, we are not better than majority of those teams you're seeing, and our schedule. Even if we were healthy, we would arguably lose half of the upcoming 6
Have
games.
the Giants played the Cowboys twice yet?
They played us once and almost beat us.
I don't know if I personally believe the Giants, the Saints, the Patriots, the Raiders, the Jaguars, the Browns, the Panthers, or the Titans, or the Dolphins will win another game.
All those guys could beat Dallas.
well, the Giants and the Panthers will have a chance. Everybody else they play is good. That's a bummer.
For Dallas?
Yeah.
When we get back from the break, we continue from the Albuquerque Duke store. It's 2 men on. Sorry, Patrick. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On, where we are a fan of cancel culture. And it worked, guys. Steve got Ray Gun to retire from breakdancing after the Paris 2024 Olympics. You were the backlash, Steve. Congratulations. You got her out of there.
I went as her for Halloween.
That's adorable.
Thank you.
I'm sure she probably just has the endorsements, or she's like, I don't need to do this anymore. At least not for free.
Well, first of all, it's impossible to put a value on what she has done for the sport.
Correct.
Negatively.
To the sport.
Is it a sport? Breakdancing?
No, they took it out. They literally took it out after the Paris Olympics. It got one and done.
It's insane.
No, but
That's
in
insane.
general, is breakdancing considered a sport?
Or an art.
Right.
Because now we're talking about gymnastics too.
If you do it the right way,
Who
yes.
is?
Everyone. Anything that's judged, I'm going to tell you, is more of an art than a sport.
Oh, I gotcha.
That's my opinion. All the diving stuff. I'm not saying you don't have to be athletic. Don't hear that. You are definitely athletic, but you're not playing a sport. Like figure skating is not a sport. That's an art. Pro wrestling is not a sport. That's an art. Like all of these things are arts. They're performances. You need a finish line. You need a score,
Sure.
like an integer score, not like one from judges. Those are your two qualifiers for a sport. That does not exist in timing. You could do timing too. Those three. So no, it's not a sport.
I think it also what you could throw in is if the way something looks is how good it's judged. Like if something has to look a certain way, if it has to look to perfection, then I think it could be an art. Because in a sport, I mean, of course,
So
it
like,
looks cool.
so like texting is an art.
Yeah, correct.
Just
That's a
the way
good one.
it looks.
Yeah.
Let's look good.
Depends.
When
Depends if
I
you're
had
try hard or not.
when I had T9, I didn't even have to look.
If you're try hard, it's an art.
Yeah, totally.
She's going to retire as the #1 breakdancer in the world.
Yeah,
100%.
She, after the Olympics, competed in one tournament, won the tournament, and was ranked #1 in the world.
What tournament was this?
Let me find it here. WDSF Oceania Championships.
I will bite. What does WDSF stand for?
Okay, I'm going to figure that out first.
Take your time.
It's really
Not a clue.
It's upsetting because again, if they would have had this like
World
a
Dance
while
Sport
ago,
Federation.
World Dance Sport Federation.
they did Olympic dancing in the 80s, it would have been maybe the coolest thing of the whole entire Olympics. And throw the 90s in there too. But that's in the back end.
Did you not hear about the bobsled team?
Fieldy rhythm.
Fieldy rhyme.
Bobsledding's very cool. But the breakdancing, if there was even you could have watched a movie. You pick any random 80s movie that's got breakdancing in it, and you can pick out 5 of those people who in real life could breakdance better than what we saw in the
That's why it's not.
Well, now
sport.
hold on.
They're actors.
The gold medal match for the men was fantastic.
Okay,
Those are
okay.
super talented dudes.
Well,
the men.
Are we calling it a match? Like, I want to be
Breakdancing match.
It's not a match though, right? So what
It's
are
a
they-
competition. I mean, well,
I would say exhibition.
It's
not a thing that's supposed to be judged and scored. It's supposed to be like who had the best crowd reaction.
That's how you win. The same way you win rap battles where I grew up. You just
Exactly.
bring your most buddies.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh my
do think
God.
breakdancing is more art.
I can't believe the guy that brought his most friends won this rap battle. That's
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
Clarence's parents had a really good marriage.
Yeah. Super hot.
Well, in his
Yeah.
case, none of the people there.
So
for him.
at the same, but by the same
token,
is it a
Nice.
battle?
Mm.
Heavy on battle.
I think it's an off.
A battle off? I mean, a rap off,
Dance off.
dance off.
I think that's a Macklemore line.
What?
Rap off. Dance off.
Van would know.
The other day, Van called a face off.
Yeah. It's John Travolta versus Nicolas
He
Cage.
did not do commentary on that movie. If there's face office in hockey, why is there not dance offs?
There's something like that. There's like a one-on-one dance off.
Well, hold on.
That's when we handled problems like gentlemen.
Yeah, walk up and pretend like you're eating someone's head.
What did you just say?
Good old dance move. You walk up, right? You walk up
with your
pretend to grab their head
with your arms outstretched like a zombie in Georgia. Yeah.
Brains.
So you do.
You gotta rotate and then you gotta throw it in the air, kick it, catch it.
Are you talking about bop it? Because that's a whole different thing.
Talking about destroying somebody in a dance off.
Have you been in a dance off?
Yeah, great question. Thank you, Steve.
I haven't, but I've seen the stories.
Oh.
Also, this is hilarious that she seems like a lovely human being. She's like a university lecturer, seems very nice.
Okay, I could do that.
Does stuff for her community, but it's kind of weird, like universally getting panned and roasted by the whole world in one of the worst dances of all time.
Man.
Single-handedly ruining a chance of this staying in the Olympics. And then she's like, oh yeah, well, I'm not going to do it anymore. It's like, oh, okay.
I'm retiring.
The thing that you did worse than anyone who's ever done it at that level. Oh, you're going to take that joy away from our lives?
So you think
she made it to number one?
Yeah.
Went out on top.
Won a tournament.
Well, here's the truth. She was definitely a plant. Somebody put her there to sabotage the dance community to keep it down and underground.
Is that what happened?
Had to have been. What else could it have been? It looked like she retired before the Olympics even started. Because of how bad she was.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she just wasn't. She was a little. She just wasn't hydrated.
You believe she was dehydrated?
Yeah,
that's there's a lot of defenses here. That's the
dehydration makes you jump around like a kangaroo.
Well, she wasn't stretching. I mean, she didn't.
Gotcha.
You, Van, Isaiah, and all the friends of the show learned about Olympic breakdancing while Olympic breakdancing was happening, and we were more of experts in it than she was.
Did she get a medal?
No.
She had to have gotten a medal. She won.
So no, she did not win.
Not at the Olympics.
She got 0 points.
Not at the Olympics.
Who won the Olympics? Was it
right,
female breakdancing?
So you're making a good.
Or was everybody in the same?
You accidentally made an excellent point.
Yeah.
What?
Because you're correct. There is in the Hall of Famous for breakdancing.
Yeah.
Ray Gunn is in. The actual winners in the Hall of Famous for breakdancing are not in because they are not. They are not Ray Gunn.
It was all just one big competition, right?
No, there was boys and girls.
Yes.
And now
so they split them up.
Yeah, and Isaiah was telling me there's teams apparently, but I thought that was like ballroom dancing, so I don't really know how that works.
Like team breakdancing, like two people.
An icon, number one in the world, just retired, and you guys won't give her the respect she deserves.
Ray Gunn is. I didn't know she was 37, so she should remember what breakdancing was supposed to look like.
Do you
think 37?
Do you think that 37-year-olds were aware of breakdancing in the 80s?
Not 80s, but you were old. You were old enough to know at least.
We were in high school when Step Up came out.
Well, think 10 years ago from now, like we know the dances, the whip, the nay-nay. That was 10 years ago. So in the 90s, she should have remembered enough breakdancing.
Name one more dance.
The jerk.
Superman.
The what?
The jerk.
The Steve.
Yes, the Superman. Yeah.
The 1980 Steve Martin comedy, The Jerk.
That's all I need. All I need is this cell phone.
The sprinkler.
Yeah, or the dab. The sprinkler. The dab. You guys were dabbing.
You are just naming Fortnite things. You're putting together all the emotes from Fortnite and calling that breakdancing.
Well, it definitely wasn't breakdancing at any level, any of those things.
Gold medal winner, Canada's Philip Kim, who goes by Phil Wizard.
Of course he does.
Then for the B girls, Japan's Amy Yuasa, who goes by the super clever nickname Amy.
Ray Gunn is a good name. Her shoot name is Dr. Rachel Gunn, which sounds like an assistant in a Marvel movie.
Sure.
Yeah.
And her superpower is becoming Ray Gunn.
Yeah.
She transforms into a gigantic.
Did you participate in breakdancing tournaments, Van?
No, but I did breakdance as like a early teen with my friends, like a little.
You did shows like for your parents?
That's a great question.
No, it's just like hanging out, with the friends.
No.
A little breaky boy.
Yeah, I would dislocate a hip if I tried to do it right now.
Not if you.
What about
stretch
you,
for it.
Fred?
Of course, I did not. In the part of St. Louis that I grew up in,
yeah,
that would not have been allowed. And then if I were to venture to the other part of St. Louis where it was allowed, I would not have been allowed.
Yeah.
Did you? You said you did rap battles though.
So this is a great question. The short answer, again, yes. The long answer, very much no. So the ones that we had in the neighborhood that I grew up in were just people reciting 8 Mile. The ones that actually existed in town, I was not allowed at.
They wouldn't let you show up. It wouldn't go well for you.
Often my people say, you can find me in St. Louis, but that's not true for my people, not during rap battles.
So where were the rap battles in high school at the caves?
Just to fill out this thought, mine were at Club Chinchilla and we couldn't get in. Van?
Yeah, great acoustics in the caves.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
You went down to Carlsbad Caverns and did rap battles. Van was like, I thought it was rap bats.
Yeah.
I thought we were here.
Battle.
Yeah.
All these bee bats.
Were you doing an echo thing with
I
your
was
mouth?
trying to. I've seen it. Did you hear it?
You were doing sonar. That's awesome.
I can play the spoons.
Isaiah's like, please ask me if I was in a rap battle. Please, guys.
Oh, I asked about
Nah.
breakdancing. You were in rap battles, though, right?
Nah, we would just rap lyrics. We wouldn't really rap. I mean, we would do it on the bus for fun, especially, what was I? I was in 7th grade, and they figured out there was asbestos in our school, so we had to switch schools
So you came
in
up
the
with a
middle of
rap
the
on that?
school year. So we would go to school, and
Love
we
it.
actually would only have an hour. We'd have an hour off of school because we'd have to go to our school first. So on the bus rides, you weren't riding with the people you ride to school with. It was like your actual class on the bus, and that's when we would like rap battle in the back. If you could get off more than 4 rhymes, it was a big deal. If you can go off the top of your head and get about 4 rhymes off, you won.
But how'd that abatement go? I say it's like, what's abatement? That's when they take asbestos out of an old building. So there you go, Isaiah.
Okay,
I got you.
I'm glad I didn't know that one because I don't think I should have. But
Use
that
that
one,
in a text.
Yeah. Hey Siri. Yeah. Hey, sorry, I'm broadcasting from home today. There's abatement at school.
No, it was super cool. It was chaos, but it was very fun.
I don't know if you guys know this about rap songs, but certain lyrics are available to us again now that Trump's president. So
Yeah.
that's kind of nice.
Congratulations.
Man from Nantucket.
2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The sports animal. If you're part of our live stream, Sandra Numley said,
Who?
Van's mother.
Oh,
Sandy K.
Said that Van Jr. is a great breakdancer.
It's not wrong. A little rusty.
What's your dad's name?
Of the same.
Van.
Correct.
Do you go by Lavanda?
And instead of Brawny, it's just Vanny now.
Is it?
Yeah, it's just Vanny. Actually, father Van, mother Sandy. I am a Vandy.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Is this Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight really going to happen?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, is it going to be a fight, or is it just
a rap battle?
Yeah, about as real as Duke City Championship Wrestling.
It's an art.
Mike, I don't know what to think about this one. If Mike was to beat Jake, that would be
realistic.
Greatest comeback of all.
That would be the craziest thing we have seen in boxing.
In boxing?
In boxing in a long time. Even an upset, whoever the guy was fighting had a fighter, he had a chance. I mean, it wasn't a 50-year-old Mike Tyson. And to Jake Paul's credit, he's a good boxer. I mean, Jake can hit.
The craziest thing I've seen in boxing is when Mike Tyson bit off of Evander Holyfield's ear.
Universally the correct answer.
That's the 10 craziest things I think I've ever seen. That is top 10, all of them.
Imagine he just sleeps Jake Paul for the first time Jake's ever been slept.
Did he bite his ear off?
After he knocks him out, go in for a nibble.
I mean, during that time, we hadn't seen anything like that or since, but we knew he was psycho. Well, we knew he wasn't all right.
Oh, you know what? Do you remember when the entire country of Russia turned against Captain Ivan Drago when boxing Rocky in Russia? That was pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
How did he get his home country to turn against him?
It's bonkers. I think the craziest moment from boxing is up and comer nobody at the time, Maggie Fitzgerald.
All right, I see where you're going.
She went on a great run.
She did.
But when she finally gets her big shot, lets her guard down, much to the chagrin of her coach, gets knocked out, and the coach is so traumatized.
Correct.
By the knockout blow.
What happens?
Forgets to pull the chair out of the corner.
And what happens to her neck?
And then she hits the chair in the corner and breaks her neck.
Oh, gosh.
I got one.
Leaving her paralyzed.
This is also one
That's
of
the craziest thing to happen in boxing.
I saw this one recently. It may happen a few times, different sports, fighting sports. I saw a guy get knocked out so bad that he put the referee in a leg lock. The referee's trying to help him out, like pick him up, and then he just attacks the ref. I don't think he knew what was going on. So he just got
Is this
knocked out.
UFC or boxing?
It's happened in both.
Yep.
It's actually happened in both. Yes, it has. No, I think in boxing the guy was trying to fight the ref. He was trying to knock the ref out, and the ref's like, "I'm not the guy."
Yeah.
If you try
that I've seen. I didn't see the leg lock thing.
The leg lock
That's
was
kind of
MMA.
funny.
He put the referee in a real leg lock, and the ref starts tapping.
I believe the real answer.
The referee has to tap out. It's crazy.
Well, who's there to stop him?
The real answer is Floyd Mayweather versus The Big Show.
That was insane.
He took his gloves off mid-match and jumped on his back.
I remember that one being insane.
When we get
Trump
back,
being
What
in there
about
is-
when
Trump being in there was
Tyson
a big
lost
deal.
to Buster Douglas?
So that was surprising.
Yeah.
It was the most craziest, surprisingest thing in boxing.
Did Buster Douglas bite his ear off?
No, he didn't know what to do after he went down. He looked like Jim Valvano running around the ring. He's like,
think
who am I going to? I need to hug somebody.
I think he lost his next match and then never boxed again. Is
Right.
that? I
Something
think
like
that's
that.
correct.
Yeah.
What's he doing today? I bet you he's not doing well.
Jeez.
Wow, that is.
What?
Just not.
It's like, well, historically.
I mean, you got punched in the head a lot. And I mean, you know how it is, boys. Like, a lot of boxers are going to really successful post-boxing lives. Like, Mike Tyson only kind of has money because he put his name on some weed companies.
So, Buster Douglas has got he's got an active Instagram page. It's only got 6,000 followers, but he's got an active Instagram page. So he's definitely not running this. Yeah, he's not running this page. You can tell this is one of these pages where he's like, I don't know how to work that, but just for promotional reasons only. Yeah, his business inquiries email is in the bio. So, but he's
Douglas versus Holyfield got him $24.6 million. And then he did quote very little for the next several years. You don't say. Gained weight, reaching nearly 400 pounds. Same. I would do the same. Was resuscitated while dying during a diabetic coma. And he was going to come back to boxing, which
they all do.
That was the plan. Got disqualified in a 97 bout against a guy named Luis Monaco. I don't know who that is. In an insane ending. Okay, here we go. Monaco landed a right hand just after the bell, ending round 1 that knocked Douglas to the canvas. Douglas was unable to continue after a 5-minute period. Oh, so it was a fix
after the ref got out of his leg lock.
He was going to fight Roy Jones Jr. Didn't work out. There you go.
Huh.
Now, okay, here we go. Now, Van, you didn't know this. Buster Douglas made a guest appearance on the 1990s cop show Street Justice.
Oh, I didn't know that existed.
Mm-hmm. So now you know.
As a breakdancer.
It's not saying he's currently doing anything.
Looks like he's still coaching boxing and doing public appearances.
Wow. I like that a lot.
Yeah. Got a picture of him and Lil Dicky.
That's awesome. If you send him a message on Instagram, somebody will see it, according to Isaiah. We wrap up the show whenever we get back from the break. It's 2 minutes on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Welcome back to 2 Men On. Handful of minutes before the end of this one. Steve Palmisano handed us out at the Duke store all evening long. Steve, thank you for having us.
Thanks for being here. It's been eventful, as always.
Like more eventful than last night, or
no? It's always
right on par.
Okay,
yeah, basically the
exact
same.
Energy.
Basically the same.
So I'm now
longer than it has been.
Okay.
But before that, you had baseball, isotopes.
Yeah,
there was shorter. They were shorter. Now they're back to the full length.
Better length.
Better.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, baby.
Oh yeah.
Well, until women's basketball.
Super soon.
Yeah.
Insanely soon. Yeah.
Yep. It's actually tough. And then we, a little production note. We tried to move 3 to 6, but they wouldn't let us.
Yeah.
They said, well, you get the most listeners in the 6 o'clock hour. Why don't you just hang out? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We got you.
Do you guys have the top show in Albuquerque?
It's hard. So there's a lot of metrics there.
Why just Albuquerque?
Yeah.
Or
why not the
wherever
world?
you listen.
Yeah.
Wherever
I tell
anybody
you,
can hear you.
We actually, we mark our success by the distance traveled. And we, by our definition, and Sandy K's, we're the most successful show of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
True.
It's a unique rubric.
Yeah. You can throw me in that group.
Yeah. Well, and you learned today, it's tough to do this job whenever your audience is so absolutely terrified for the future of this country and cannot hear or see straightly the facts that are in front of them. Correct. That part's tough.
Yeah, it is.
Isaiah, back at the studio?
That was the deep note you just left me off on. I'm going to leave it at that.
Fair.
You would have lost that round of the rap battle if that was.
Yeah.
Steve Palmisano at the Duke store. You have hoodies and sweaters, and it's cold outside.
Yep,
That's the
we got
perfect,
a bunch of stuff coming in.
perfect combo.
Looking forward to Black Friday around here.
Okay, it's 2024.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Just call it Friday, Steve. Just call it Friday.
Oh, I'm sorry. Day after Thanksgiving. I'm not up on the lingo.
Yeah, sure.
My bad.
Van, final words?
Too much of the time allotted, my friend. Anything we didn't cover, make sure you check out tomorrow morning on the opening drive with Jeff and JJ.
Sports Animal Audible is Dukes. The Sports Animal Audible for tomorrow morning is Dukes.
Dukes.
Sweet. Good job, everyone. Keep breathing.
See you tomorrow.
Saturday on Compass Media Network's NCAA football. It's a crucial late season matchup in the Big Ten as the undefeated and 8th ranked Indiana Hoosiers host the Michigan.